All right, and just like that, we should be live for the day. So what? Hey, what's going on, people? It's Project Storm and the Stadia Revolution back with another revolutionary storm. This time it's episode 4, and we have a whole lot to talk about, y'all. A whole lot to
Yes,
talk about.
sir.
A lot of it's pertaining directly to Stadia, some of it not. Man, but we must say what we have to say today. So, with that being said, man, Rev, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. First of all, you gotta say, uh, it's been a minute, because we didn't do a show last week. So Mother's Day and all that. Shouts out to all the moms out there. Um,
Word.
Secondly, I want to welcome everybody to another episode of the Revolutionary Storm, the show where the haters, love to talk crap and we just ignore them because screw these guys. And
Pretty much. Pretty much.
but we gonna get into some stuff today because some things just can't be let to stand. And but it's not gonna be all like that. We got some really fun stuff to talk about, and this is gonna be a really interesting show. So I want to thank everybody that's being a part of this, and let's get into this. What we got going on, man? What's
Man,
happening?
I see. I tell you right now, before we jump into anything like what games we've been playing and all that stuff, um,
Oh my god!
I'm looking at a lot of different things, and one of the things I'm looking at right now is that damn collection behind your right shoulder. I think that is.
Oh! You mean that?
Yeah, that right there. What the hell is what's going on over there, man?
Yeah. So, oh, that's nothing. That's
Oh,
just
okay.
that's just my little collection of Google boxes. The good things come in Google packages. They tell me all the time, and for for the most part, I have to agree with them because everything that I've gotten in those boxes have been good to me. So, but yeah. So look. I'm a Google Home Mini. This thing, I use this thing every
Oh
single day.
man, I
You
need
know,
that.
let's
I
see,
need that.
my Chromecast with Google TV. I got that.
Oh man,
You know what I'm saying?
definitely got to have that.
I'm waiting on that for Stadia support. You know, Wasabi got my Wasabi controller.
Wasabi. You got to say it just like that too.
You know what I'm saying? It don't count if you don't say it that way. And then I got my Founders Edition down there. Down there in my Founders Edition and my what is that? My
Premiere.
Premiere Edition. Yeah, I'm old. So this is one of the ones I got from YouTube TV. The other one I gave to my son, and I use this one. So I have one I have one Stadia instance in my bedroom and one in my living room. So I'm never without it. And then these two right here are still fresh and new in the box, unopened. All of that. These are going to somebody. Two people are going to get these two at some point when we do this gameplay show. House Rules. We're gonna be playing some Uno, and that's just gonna be the first one. We're gonna do a whole lot of other games too, because I was thinking about we probably do what's that Outcasters,
Yeah.
or I think we could do that too. So yeah, that's that. And then also not seeing on camera my Pixel 4 because this phone is awesome. My power support claw, even though it's not a Google box, but it is made for Google, made for Stadia, so that's what's up. And then this plain white box is the box that the Ethernet cord comes in. The Ethernet adapter comes in for the Chromecast with Google TV. So, and then last but not least is these things. You may have heard of them. The Google Pixel Buds.
Pixel Buds. Yeah.
Man, I love these things. I've only had them for like 4 days. I supposed to have them for like a week now, but only had them for like 4 days because of FedEx and their bullshit shipping sometimes.
Yeah. So, Rev, let me ask you this, man. It
But
seems like
I got a case for it last week. And,
okay. Oh man, the same. What color is that?
This is midnight blue to go with the night blue Stadia controller, man. People don't understand it's real out here in these streets, man.
So let me ask you this question, man. It seems like you bought heavily into the Google ecosystem, man. What made you make those decisions, man?
Shoot. Let me see. Been dealing with that their ecosystem or whatever since the beginning from Gmail, you know.
Right.
I was one of the first few thousand people to, to get on Gmail when it was in beta.
Yeah.
And where you had to send out those invites to invite people to it. And my God, that people were so resistant to that at first. It's like, I'm not sure. So, I'm saying it's just an email. That's it. You're just getting a new email. That's all you're getting. But it's fun. It's cool because you don't have any storage limits and stuff like that. You don't have to delete emails and shit. You can just leave them, and it's good. You can only archive them and pull them up later. And I was telling people all about the merits of Gmail, and then now today was this 16 something odd years later. We are basically born with a Gmail account. It seems like everybody has one. And so, now it's just the norm. But I remember back in the day doing that. And then the first piece of hardware that I got from them was the second generation Chromecast.
Mm-hmm.
That is, it's the second generation Chromecast. Because I was one of the first people to test out YouTube TV. Because they only had it in like 5 cities when they first started it.
Right.
And it was just like still in its early form. And so I was one of the first people to give it a try, $35 a month when they first introduced it,
Yeah.
So, but it had unlimited DVR, all that stuff. And it had, a good amount of channels. And I needed some sort of cable thing, so I was like, let me give this a try. All of a sudden they send me an email saying, hey, we're going to send you a Chromecast so you can stop having to watch it on your laptop. You just watch it on your TV.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So, the first piece of hardware I ever got from Google, I got it for free. And so, that was that. And, I've just been like working, using it. I used that all the way until today. That was like 2017 that I got that. Hold on, I got to sneeze.
Go ahead, do your thing, man.
God,
do your thing.
So that was like 2017 when I got that. And so like 4 years later, I got like 2 Chromecast Ultras, a Chromecast with Google TV. 2 years later, I heard about Stadia. So I was like, oh, that's coming from Google. Let me see what that's about. And when I heard about all the stuff that it could do, I was like, oh, yep. I'm getting in on that. And, then the Home Mini I got because Spotify was giving them away. And around the same time that Google, that Stadia was launching. So I got that, I just had to sign up for the paid version of Spotify. Once I did that and they sent the box shipped, I was like, okay, then I canceled it, but I'm paying for it now though. And so yeah, it was just like, I was remember telling people about YouTube back before Google bought it, when it first came out. And they were using movies to highlight it and shit. It was like 2004 or something like that. I mean, I was like always in on like the early stuff, like with Firefox and Opera. I was telling I
know about it. I know what it is. Yeah.
Like, and it's crazy because I just watched one of Sonny's videos, Opera GX. They have a new browser that's basically designed for gamers and gaming.
Wow.
And it optimizes. You can run Stadia on it, and it optimizes. You could do all kinds of stuff, man. I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna check that out.
I need to check that out instantly.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So like, I remember telling people about how because Internet Explorer was like the thing for everybody, and I remember telling people about Mozilla and Firefox and how they had this tab browsing thing where you can open up different tabs and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like nobody was doing that at that time, and Firefox was the first ones to do that, I think. And now all of a sudden that's the norm. You could do that in Chrome, you could do that in Internet Explorer, you could do that in all these other different browsers. But before Firefox was, I don't remember anybody doing that. So it's like I remember telling people about how people were resistant to that idea, and I'm like, it's just just open up a new browser. But I could just open up another window, and I think, yeah, but it's all in the same window. Like you just click the tab, and it's oh, I don't know about all that. I'm like, this is a simple thing. Like, why is it, And that kind of leads me to to how Stadia is. You know, it's like it's such a simple thing, and people are still resistant to it because that's how people are. It takes a while for new technology to be adopted, but once it's adopted, it's the norm, and you can't see yourself going back to what things were just because. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, it was one of these things that I was saying. You know, I just don't understand why people won't give it a try. But then I had to think about it. Like, this is just how people are until they get that real get to that point where it's just that switchover happens where it's perceived as the norm now. You know, it's gonna take a while, but this early, so we'll you know it'll happen. I'm not worried about it. So what's
Well,
going on with you, Storm? What you been playing, man?
no, I've been playing a whole lot, man, but it's not about that right now, Rev. Don't try to jump
Uh
ahead, man. You show off and everything. If I was around, knock that damn stuff off the table, man.
huh. But
Like
it's some
all
new
this.
ones in there. So these two of these boxes
Hey,
are
but
not
check it
empty.
out.
So
What I'm
we ain't
saying is,
breaking shit. I'm just
you know,
trying
the
to
only
tell you.
hardware I've ever owned from Stadia, my first piece of hardware,
Go for it.
Chromecast Ultra, from Google, and see, if it wasn't for
Nice.
Stadia, I probably like Google was already. I heard good things about it. You know what I'm saying? I knew about the products and all that stuff, man. People have been telling me.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Mm-hmm.
Chase, man, has heavily recommended the Nest Wi-Fi products and all that stuff, man.
That's
And
probably going to be next on my list.
yeah, you see, it seems like I'm behind the eight ball when it comes to the Google hardware. And see, I feel bad about that. And I know Google's not watching us yet. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this anyway. Hook a brother up, you know? Hook. And they, you know what? But Rev, they always have good sales, though. They have sales on the premier editions for Stadia, of course. They have sales
Yeah,
on
they
every
got a
damn
sale
thing, man.
for the UK right now. If you do, I forgot what it was. I saw it yesterday. If you do something, you'll get 50%
Yeah, I saw that.
off of
I
the
think
Premier
it's in one
Edition.
of these articles as well, man. I think 9 to 5 broke it down. So y'all, hey, let me show y'all real quick what we got going on because you know we do our intro to warm up because once we start talking gaming, it don't stop. It
And
just
don't
doesn't.
stop.
So here's a
I
list
thought I
right here
told you
for
that we won't stop.
all the early birds that join early. Here's some of the topics, man. You know what I'm saying? Here's one. Boom. What games will we be playing? We could talk about that right now. We've been playing some games, Rev. I know I've been playing some games. And I won't, you know, prolong this or whatever, but I've been trying this new setting on my desktop. You know, I
Yeah,
have the RTX 3080 and all that stuff, man. Samsung display,
yeah. Brag
Q80T.
away,
Now it's my time to show off. You know what I'm saying? I got
brag
a
away,
Samsung
brag away.
Q80T, you know, Founders Edition and everything. You know, two PCs for streaming. One is primarily streaming at 4K and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
For Red, man, I learned that I could play Stadia up to 4K 120, and it's been the only way I could really play. So I've been playing a whole lot of games, just testing out 30 FPS games, 60 FPS games, man, and anything in between. So
Mm-hmm.
games like Cyberpunk, oh man, Red Dead Redemption 2. So, hey, these games were so in the
Sure, I
beginning,
ain't been
I'm
on
not gonna lie.
lights, though.
Cyberpunk didn't feel like it does now at this setting, right? Anybody with these displays, if you have 120 hertz display
Gotta
or
do my
higher, man, you
lights.
gotta try to
Mm-hmm.
play Stadia with that setting activated because it's a game changer for me.
Yes,
So I've
sir.
been having fun playing a whole host of games. No need to even mention them, y'all, to get into them. But like I just said, Cyberpunk, Red Dead, Destiny 2, Division 2, man, you name it. Floor Kids on down to Guilt and other games that I've been, you know, just wanted to jump back into because of the setting. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it, man. Now, it does make me want to see all these future games that's coming. But we'll get into that a little bit later. What have you been playing?
Shoot, man. I tried that floor kids. It's really fun, and I got to get back to that because I want to get all the cards. You know, the completionist in me is just you know, dude, what are you doing? I've been playing a lot of Jedi Fallen Order because I
Oh
finished the
man.
game, but now I want 100% it. So I'm just on planet. I 100% at the first planet. Now I'm on Zepho, trying to 100% that, and I think I got like 3 more chests to find and 4 more secrets. I think I need to find. And I already found one chest, but I can't access it yet. I got to figure out how to burn these vines on it. But yeah, so that's my goal now. I just, you know, and then also, you know, still playing Judgment. That game is amazing. And I'm trying. I just played a little bit of Ransom NBA 2K21. It's still one of my favorite games on this platform. And I'm debating
You know
going
what?
back
You know what's so
into.
funny about you, bro?
Yeah,
You're not an EA dude, but you're a 2K sports dude.
I am all day long.
All right, we'll talk about that another day, man.
All day long, twice on Sundays. You don't understand. It's real out here. So, but yeah, I'm debating going back to finish off the Tomb Raider franchise because I'm on the second game and I stopped because a whole bunch of other games dropped and I started playing those. But I always have the intention of going back to it, and that's why I love Stadia, because I don't have to delete it, and I don't have to worry about my progress being lost because my progress is still saved from when I last played it. So I can just jump back into it at any point in time, and that's, I think, now that I've finished Jedi Fallen Order, I can drop it in rotation and move it up to like the number 2 or 3 spot, and play that Judgment, and then possibly one other game. I'm still debating playing Watch Dogs Legion or something like that. So it's gonna that's where I'm at right now. And then whatever like little small games come out, I've tried trying 4. I like that game. I'm stuck on a puzzle, but I'm gonna get that figured out too. So yeah, just rotating. Just rotating.
He says, just rotating. I like it, man. So it's good that we can get out here and play these games, especially you being able to jump deeper into these games than me, man. I need to change my habits up because I've been just dibbling and dabbling all across the place, man. I need to really hunker down. Yeah, I need to hunker down, Rev, like I used to, man, when we only had Mario and all that, and you just had to beat the game like 5 times before the next game drop. I miss those days. I'm not gonna lie. Now there's too many problems, and this is not on the list of topics, but is it a problem, Rev? If you could keep it short and sweet, man, is it a problem to have so many games accessible these days?
No.
A gift or a curse?
It's a gift that keeps on giving, but it can get overwhelming at times. But you just remember that if you hadn't started, you still have time to, and then you can finish it at your own pace. There's no rush to just play it and then finish. You can rotate games and and finish it whenever you get around to it. And again, that's another thing that I like about this platform, because you don't have to worry about that. That's not a worry. I don't have to delete a game to make room for another one. So I don't have there's no sense of finish anxiety where I have to sit here, oh my God, now I gotta finish this game so I can go and add this game so I can delete it. No, I just leave it. I'll come back to it. It's all good because my progress is still there. But yeah, so no, I don't. Only problem that I have right now is the Chromecast Ultra doesn't have any kind of organization. So I'm hoping that they add that to the Chromecast with Google, to the Google TV version. They have some sort of organization, because that would make things a lot easier. I know they're going to do that on the web. That's great, but I think they need to do that on the Chromecast as well. So hopefully that'll be a thing that they consider, with a lot of our feedback, just like they, added some more stuff and showing what they're already going to add. Hope that's one of the things that they add too.
Got you. All right. Now check this out, Red. I got a question for you, man. First of all, breaking news. On Stadia Revolution's table back there are giveaways. Hey, check this out. Now, Guy Hero right here asked the question, is it for giveaways? So I thought it would be an evil joke, but at the same time, Rev, I thought about it. We've been talking about the potential of doing giveaways on this channel, so that's kind of fitting. You know what I mean? It's kind of fitting on our show, not our channel, but you know what I mean? My channel, your channel, but on this show, on the Revolutionary Storm, we've been talking about that, y'all. But we want to go ahead and get off the ground. You know what I'm saying? Get a little bit of air, and then we might be doing some things like that. So stick around. The only way that we can make that happen quickly is continue to support what we're trying to do, because when we get into the show, you're going to learn quickly that we are 2 of the people that don't play around when it comes to addressing some issues or whatever that needs to be addressed and talking about things that need to be discussed, man. That's one thing we're going to be doing every single Sunday. That's one thing you can expect from us. All right. So Guy Hero, man, good to see you and everybody else as I highlight everybody in this chat, man. We'll be talking more about the giveaways, but right now, I can assure you the brother is not giving away a damn thing on that table. So, you know, we can forget about that. All right, G Miller said, I don't have a Gmail account. He said, I got a Yahoo mail. Hey, you know what's funny?
Yeah,
He
unfortunately.
go ahead. But you know what's funny? I had Hotmail for a long time, AOL, you know what I'm saying? I had that, Yahoo, and then I finally, again, Stadia just made me really go everything, just pretty much Google. I even got a Gmail, two Gmail accounts after I started playing Stadia. But
Man,
anyway,
I got a ton of Gmail accounts, yo.
yeah. So real
They
quick,
all
we're gonna
serve different purposes.
oh, okay. So we're gonna highlight everybody. Charles Oran is in the building. Charles Oran is in the house, man.
Yeah, the Chromebook, that's what it was. The Chromebook perk. If you bought a Chromebook over in the UK, you get 50% off a Premier Edition. Thank you, Charles.
Got you. And then we got Bibbidi Bop is in the building, man. While he's at work. I mean, working out. Oh, working out, listening to the homies.
Bibbidi,
you know what I'm saying? Nothing like it.
Boo.
Bibbidi is out there doing his thing, man. And you can't be mad at him. See, that's one thing we need to be doing. See, Rev is working out that bottle of water right now, but we got to be better than that. You know, we got to do better than that, man. I used to be doing had a rigorous routine. If we're going to be gamers, we might want to throw some exercise in there as well, some healthy eating, some healthy drinking.
Dude,
you know what
I'm
saying?
The weather is warm. Now the weather's warm. There's a park down the street from me. I ride my bike down there and I ride the trail. You know, it's a big, huge circle, square that you can do that. So I ride through that, you know, going up the hills, going up and down, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I, do a lot of walking. I ride through the neighborhood, stuff like that. Bike riding has always been my form of exercise, that and basketball. So, and there's a couple of hoops down here at the Islamic Center in the parking lot that as soon as I give me a ball, you'll see. I'll be out there in the summer because I used to play basketball like from sun up to sundown when I was younger, man. I spent 12 years doing that shit.
Me too. In 95-degree weather in Florida and all that, man. Just playing, hooping, man.
Dude. I mean, man, we was in Chicago. We played in the wintertime. We would clear out the snow. We would clear out the snow off the basketball courts outside and then go at it. You know what I'm saying? And once we started getting that heat going, we would take off our coats and stuff because we would be hot.
Yeah.
So
that explains why you like the 2K21. Man, I'm not mad. I used to love 2K.
Used to. That sucks, dude.
Now I'm backwards.
Those two words you should never put together when it comes to 2K21, yo. 2K, NBA 2K. I'm sorry.
I would prefer them to make a good NBA Live again, man. That's what I want right now. Nah. So we got Bibbidi Bop saying also that he finished Metro Last Light. Have you tried that one or Risk of Rain?
I haven't tried Risk of Rain. I've been meaning to, and I want to start the Metro franchise at some point. Because I started Metro Exodus, but then I realized that they had these other games that are precursors to that. So I stopped that game to go back, but then they dropped a whole bunch of other games and I never got around to playing them. But they're in my lineup, so I will be able to get to them eventually.
Yeah, man. I'm just highlighting right here. God Hero just said something that I just gotta keep, gotta let that marinate for a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? That's a problem I have with a lot of these sports games now. They're all monetized in some way or another. And it's like, the old school gamer in me is just like, give me the entire game. Allow me to be able to do the things I need to do without having to spend extra money on doing things within the game. It's like, Madden is like that, FIFA's like that, NBA 2K, 2K21, 2K20, all those games are like that. Everything is all about these microtransactions, and I'm just not feeling them like that. But it's now a necessary evil, I guess.
No, not for me. I've never bought VC. You know what I'm saying? And I will not.
I did.
They can have it. I'm not buying it. It is what it is.
I didn't feel like my character's struggling because all I play is my career.
Yeah.
I don't play online or anything like that. I just play my career. I don't play my teams. I only buy 2K to play my career because that's the most fun I have playing that game. I don't play a game.
I'm not buying MUT points or whatever they're called. I'm not doing any of that, Red, because that's how you get in the trap, man, that they want you to be in. That's how they can get away with not producing a quality game every season or whatever, man. And I'm tired of it. And I don't really like it. So I play ranked matches. When I buy the game, I know I'm buying the game to play rank. I like climbing the leaderboard. They can have all that extra stuff, man.
Yeah, but that's the fun thing. Like people can choose which way they want to play and what matters to them, and that's awesome. So, like you like the rank matches. That's what's up. That option is there for you, and that's cool. Like for me, Oh yeah, it does need a roster update, and
Yeah.
2K has just been slacking on that. That's why I think I kind of fell out of playing it,
Mm-hmm.
But
But he says saying just do a roster update and stop trying to, finagle people and, swindle us and stuff like that is what I
I ain't
think.
mad at that.
Yeah,
I
me
ain't mad
too.
at that at
Me
all.
either, man. Me either. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to this next one, y'all. I'm telling you right now, this is
Let's
gonna get it's
go.
gonna get hot out here. It's gonna get hot out here. But
Is that
we're
what we
gonna move
doing?
on and we're gonna go ahead and go to this right here. So give me a second to pull that up for y'all, and we'll get right to it.
Sir. Yeah, this is gonna be quick though because they didn't really put a lot into it this
Right,
week.
right. So let's see here. Here we go. So this week, y'all, on Stadia. As you can see right here in the Stadia community blog, we had the game, and I saw shout out to John Scar for
Oh,
highlighting this one
dude,
right
you ain't
here.
got the other one.
Oh, which one? The other one? I might have both of them. I might have
Okay,
both of them.
okay.
Yeah, but so we'll cover these two right here. We got Street Power Football, and I'm gonna get your thoughts on it. And I'll share mine, man.
I
And
just
then
seen trailers for it. I hadn't
okay,
really checked it
yeah.
out yet.
Oh, me, I haven't played it or anything. I'm just saying my initial thoughts. Oh, you haven't seen any gameplay.
Not seeing gameplay just from the trailers.
Oh, I'm
A
just
little
going.
bit of that.
Yeah, I'm just okay. We could talk about all that and what it means for the platform and all that stuff. You know how we do it. 100 days though, Rev. 100 days, man. It's one that looks like it's not my type of game on the surface. It's like a wine simulator or something like that.
Yeah.
And Street Power Football looks kind of dope. I encourage people to check that trailer out. I would play it, but I'm not sure how that works and everything. But look, it's a dope looking game. I saw John Scar playing again. It was like some real. It reminded me of like a street, like a EA
NBA
Streets game
Streets.
from back. Yeah, something like that. Man, the
NBA
moves
Streets
were dope.
and mix a little bit of NBA Jam.
NBA Jam, yeah, man. And so that's going to be fun for a lot
NFL
of people.
Blitz.
Yeah, to pick up and play. It's like one of those pick up and play games, man, that you could probably get into. So they're on the platform right now. And, so what's your thoughts on those two coming to Stadia in the first place?
Well, like I always say, more games is always better. We're up to like what over 180 games now,
Mm-hmm.
and I have 110 of them. And then Ubisoft Plus, I think, with the exception of a few games, I got all of them for the most part. And but that Street Power Football looks really interesting. It looks really fun. Like one of those games you just turn on and have a bunch, you have some friends over and y'all just get a controller and just go at it, and just have some fun with it. I think that's pretty cool. It'll be a fun game to play online, because it's not as serious as most other sport games.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd just be something to be, have fun with and play. And play together, and that could be a game that actually we could, play with the community. I think that would be fun too.
It really would.
So yeah, that's definitely on my that's definitely going to be on my to purchase list. Somewhere down the line. Now the wine simulator game, the 100 Days.
Yep.
You know me, I don't. It's a PC type game. I don't play PC games like that. Those civilization games, the Sims, all that type of stuff. Oh, Sims 2 was the only game that was like that I actually played and enjoyed. But then it got boring because there was really no goal. And then I had, cheat codes and stuff. So it was just like, all right, is this it?
No shame. No shame.
Okay. So, but yeah, so I mean, but it looks interesting as far as from what I've seen of it. But at the same time, it's still one of those games that's just that's a simulator, okay, yeah, you earn the most money. Oh wow, great, yeah. But for those that like those type of games,
and there are some.
There's a lot.
Yeah,
there is a lot. I'm just one dude. You're just one dude, but there's a lot of people that love those types of games, and it's good that they're on the platform for those type of players because that just gives people more of a compelling reason to try the game. Just like Humankind is coming, it's not my type of game either, but that's gonna be big for the platform because there's so many people that really love those type of games, and to have any of them is good. So that's my stance. New games to the platform is always good.
Right. Now, and I agree with everything you said, bro. I definitely agree. And again, you covered it, man. Some people love those type of games. Those games are going to be for those people. Like that's the beauty of having a library. You know what I mean? Not one game that everybody should play. You have
Mm-hmm.
options and choices, man. That's what it's all about. So look,
Mm-hmm.
don't forget your May game, Stadia Revolution, with Stadia Pro right here. You got Star Wars Jedi Fallen. We know you got that already. We know you claimed that Tron 4, Hotline Miami 2, and Floor Kids we already talked about. So we know we both have all of those, but does the chat have all of those?
Hotline is the only one I haven't played yet.
Okay, but you claimed it though.
Yeah, of course.
That's what's up. I played a little bit of it, man. It's a violent type of game, man. 2D art style, like with the sprite look and all that stuff, man. But it's not it was fun. It was fast. I mean, it's not my style of game because y'all know me. I'm Project Storm, man. 4K'd out and all that. So
triple 4K.
Yeah, triple 4K. And I just try to do my thing like that. I'm tired of I can go back in the past and get me a retro console if I want to go play games in that style. And that's not a shot out because we started on games like that. But it's more of a shout out actually that I've moved on. I know that don't make a lot of sense, Red, but I'm trying.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
I moved on, man. I'm moved.
I know what you mean. It's
evolution.
like, yeah,
evolutionary
we grew from those type of graphics. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that the games aren't fun. So we gotta make sure that we're not necessarily trashing the game because there's still fun elements to them, but it's just like, you want those visuals and you're used to a certain visual level and it's going backwards is kind of jarring sometimes.
Right.
But it's like, but like I say, we grew up playing Pitfall.
Yeah.
and Pac-Man on the 2600. So I mean, graphics is like, I mean, Atari, Pac-Man on Atari 2600 was just lines and dots on the screen. There was no graphic quality to that at all. The sound was horrible.
I know, man. I mean, glitches. They had a glitch in it and everything.
That shit was just was what it was.
Don't you appreciate it more than anything in gaming though?
Yep.
So do I, bro.
That was the foundation. So
do I.
But at the same time, it's like when we come at games now looking ultra realistic, and that's only going to get even more pronounced as the years go by. So, it's fun for the retro. Yeah, you got Monster Boy and games like that for that. You got Kazi and the Wild Mask for games like that, platformers and stuff. That's really cool. I don't know. I'll give it some run just to see what it's about, but it's not going to be the game that I'm going to be sitting here and just dedicating a whole bunch of hours to.
Right. Now I can dig. And then also in that in the community blog, they also had, they had Resident Evil Village, which we already know because we've been on that one by now, y'all.
We ain't even talked about that though, because we was gonna talk about that last
week. We're gonna definitely
about
talk about it. Yeah, we got a banner made for that one. Believe that. We're gonna cover it a little bit more. And Assassin's Creed goodness, y'all. We had they basically talked about Assassin's Creed Valhalla expansion.
Dude, don't make
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Valhalla, dude.
As my brother MM2K would say, man, he don't care. He just does what he does, and he does it to like kind of taunt me and you. So it is what it is, man.
Get on him about that.
Yeah, we're gonna let the bro be great, man. Shout out to the homie MM2K, man, aka
SML Broadcast SSC.
You know it. You already know. Cloud Gaming Chronicles, PNTS Network, and all that. So Journey,
hard not digital culture, all that stuff.
All broadband bullies, all that, man. That's my bro. So look, check it out though, man. We got the new. I watched the video of the new Assassin's Creed Valhalla expansion, y'all. Oh my gosh.
I ain't even started that game yet. So
I gotta play more so I can get to that expansion. That's the way it's looking right now, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Then Rev. Oh, go ahead. Share your thoughts.
Go.
I was gonna say we had the season of the Splicer, and then you could jump in and recap either one of these that you want to mention. We had Destiny 2 season of the Splicer. All right. What are your thoughts on both of those expansions or whatever coming?
Well, the Assassin's Creed Valhalla expansion is something I'm really interested in. Destiny 2, not so much. I am done with that game.
Boo.
Yeah. Hate me all you want to. I don't care. I ain't played that game consistently since February of 2020.
I think it's because you got lost. Tell the truth. Did you get overwhelmed in the game for real? Tell the truth, bro.
Yeah, I tell people all the time that game was just like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? I had the gameplay of Destiny 2 is fun, right? But it gets boring and repetitive because once you follow the on-screen prompts to do what you need to do as far as like whatever little mission that you started. It's like, all right, now I'm just shooting aliens for 2 hours. Like, what am I supposed to do? And it's like you can just keep doing the same thing over and over again. There's no like real direction in how you're supposed to proceed the story, to go progress the story. And so it just,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here shooting. Yay. And for me, it's disappointing because I know a lot of people love this game and they have a lot of fun with it, but they play it in a different way than I do. They play it, for the raids, they play it for the loot, they play it for all of that stuff. I don't really care about that stuff. I want a nice campaign that I can just go through, single player and progress through the story and follow it to the end so that I can get. But it's hard.
And it's a lot of time too. It's a lot of hours. You got to put a lot of hours into that from start to finish to catch up.
Which I don't mind. I don't mind putting the hours in. Trust me, I don't. But it's like I want to know what to do next. And there's never a clear thing of what to do next, like to progress the main story. Like with the Division 2, they at least had it where these things you can do are side missions, and this is main mission. So if you ever want to go progress through the main mission, you go do that. But if you want to just go do some side stuff,
they have it. It's just more. It's just not for new players. It's not set up well enough. Like somebody has to tell you what to do, or you have to YouTube it, or you have to have a Sherpa or something, which is somebody that helps you out along the way. So you're right, man. I mean, but if you jump in with me and Bibbidi Bop and Rick Tone or somebody like that, man, Link TV, we can get out there and get it popping. Then you might love the game.
You see, look. The reason why it's disappointing to me is because it's the spiritual successor to Halo, and I am a huge Halo fan. I love Halo. I've played them all with the exception of, damn, I can't even think of it right now. There's
Halo
one
ODST.
No, I played that.
Okay,
I played that. Like
that's the only one I haven't finished.
I think I played all the Halo games, and I was. The only reason why I would ever even consider getting a new Xbox, because I really don't want another box under my TV, but the only reason why I would ever consider getting a new Xbox is because Halo Infinite is coming, and I want to play that. Right. But there's things about it I don't like with the open world stuff. I don't want to have it like that. I hope that they have like a dedicated campaign mode, that they just have it like it normally is, that you can go through and not just have it all open world. Like, oh, now you can go here and go there and do that. No, I don't want to do that. I want to cut. I want to go through shoot up some stuff, do some tasks, cut scene, next mission. That's what I want to do, and I hope that they keep that element in the game, because that's Halo is just my favorite FPS game of all time. I love it. So
right, I got you. Now, was it Halo Reach you're talking about that you didn't play?
Nope, finished that.
Oh, damn. So there was 1, 2, 3 Reach, Halo Wars, you know what I'm saying, which was a strategy type.
Halo Wars is the one I didn't do because I don't like strategy games. I just don't like them. But I think I did Halo 5. I know. I think I finished all of the Halo games, all the ones that was available from the Xbox to the Xbox One, with the exception of Wars. Because I nope.
Gotcha. Nah. Well, we're about to we're gonna man. We have so much that we could talk about, people, but right now, bang, there it is. We're gonna talk about Stadia being alive and well. Now, Rev, there's so much noise everywhere in the gaming universe, man. And especially about Stadia, but this is nothing new to us. This is why we do what we do.
I already got a couple medals in this,
Hey, bro.
I wasn't even trying to get into this award thing, but it seems like I went to my awards ceremony a couple days and they pinned a medal on me because we've been out here fighting a good fight.
Yeah, man. Hey, people out here saying no, that can't be true. There's so much like backlash or whatever from Nate Ahern saying what he said about Stadia being alive and well, man. Yeah. Man, one thing I could say, Rev, is that at least people are paying attention to the platform, man.
Yeah.
At least they're paying attention, because I swear, as soon as negative Stadia news or people, what news, positive or negative, they're on it, right?
They
Or
are
now,
ready. They
so this
got that.
guy
They
is
got the
come.
keystrokes already
Oh
typing.
man,
They're just waiting to put their fingers on them.
we're gonna show some clear examples too while Rev is giving his thoughts. I'm gonna pull up something and we're gonna break these things down, these
Oh
articles from
man,
different,
man, man! Did you,
sites or whatever.
you remember what I told you, man? You gotta do the IGN thing because you gotta.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna do all that. We're gonna do
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that,
yeah.
man. So we're gonna
So,
go ahead, give your thoughts on it while I pull it up, man.
I don't know why you like me doing all this talking. Yo.
I know, no. You gotta talk, man. You can't just hide, bro. You can't just
Oh
hide.
no, I ain't hide. I don't have for nothing. I don't have nothing when it comes to this. Come to these Stadia streets out here. You know what I'm saying? We starting with the big dogs. Anyway,
Do your thing.
Stupid. So look, I saw Kotaku's article, and I was just so disappointed with that. I really was, because about what's it, 10 something odd years ago, probably even more. Kotaku was one of the sites I used to go to like all the time, like Kotaku, Engadget, CNET, just keeping up on technology and things like that,
Right.
And I hadn't read anything from Kotaku in a while, and I hadn't heard of The Verge, like back in 2019 though. So when I started seeing like Stadia-related articles when it came to Kotaku, because like before it launched, I was just like trying to devour any information that I could find about it, because there wasn't a whole lot of information out there, aside from what Google told us, and any new news that would pop up, I had a tab open in my browser saying, "Hey, Stadia news, boom, 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 refresh it, see what's new," and I would go read through these articles and whatnot. And I noticed that Kotaku's take on Stadia was just all the way negative, and it was to the point of tabloid level. And I'm like, this is not the Kotaku that I remember, and it was just disappointing that like that this is the stance that they take. It's like, look, I don't care if people have a negative opinion about Stadia. That's not the point. The point is, it's like you're misleading people, and you're giving people wrong information, and that wrong information is powerful, because just a couple of days ago, I ran into a guy on Twitter. We were just talking about and I think we're going to get into this a little bit later, but for the most part, we were just talking about, he heard what Stadia was and how it worked, and all of that was just completely wrong. So me and another person did our due diligence to give them the correct information, not insult them, not disrespect them or anything like that. Just give them the correct information, because hey, you didn't know that this was the way it was, but no, this is the way it is, and this is how it is, not that. Well, you heard it from this person. Well, that's not correct. You heard it from your friends. That's not correct. You heard it from these articles. Well, these articles have a vested interest in misleading people. So that's not the right information that you're getting. So what we're doing is just giving you the correct information, and you can go and take that and do with it what you will. But he said something disparaging. I'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
And I was just amazed at that. And there was another person I ran to that said that was telling me that you had to pay for the sub to play your games and stuff. And I'm like, dude, that has not been, that has never been a thing, right? Like, if you purchased the game on Stadia, you could play it no matter what, regardless of the sub. That's the information we gave them, And I had a conversation with Bebop, and we were talking about just some of the negative perceptions and stuff like that. And but we had a good conversation about it. He was voicing his concerns about some things, and I was just saying, yeah, well, I'm not worried about it, but I understand. But the thing is, it's new technology. New technology takes a while to be adopted, but once it's adopted, it's like almost like overnight.
Facts.
It just takes a while to get to that overnight adoption, but right now we're still in the early adoption phase, and that's just gonna be, hiccups with that. So with these articles that they're writing, I don't understand like how they can sit there and criticize the number of titles that was at the launch. They had 22 titles at launch, right?
Yeah.
Two of them were free to play. Two were free with Stadia Pro. That was Samurai Showdown and Destiny 2, the collection. So, they had it to where people can, just jump right in, once day one, even if they didn't purchase a game. So, that was cool. And now they have the free tier. They have free to play games on there. They got more free to play games coming. And so people can just jump in and play some games without having to spend a dime. And one person was saying that on Twitter, and he was like, well, that's not true. No, yes, it is, because you can play this game, this game, this game, this game. And you can do that because they're free to play for everybody. And they just announced another one, Super Animal Royale. That's coming. That's going to be completely free to play.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to cover that one a little bit later on with the 9 to 5 Google. We got a segment for that, man, because they did a nice little showcase or whatever. They have a nice article written that kind of like it has everything in one place. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into that one for sure.
But the thing is, it seems like some people in the gaming media have a vested interest in trying to bury Stadia. They just seem to want to put it out to pasture before it really gets up and running and going, get its legs up under it. And that's a shame, because once this thing happens, once Stadia is fully realized, it's not just gonna be Stadia. It's gonna be Microsoft. They're gonna be a lot better than where they are right now with their xCloud thing. PlayStation is gonna be a lot better right now with their cloud, with PS Now, or whatever they do with their cloud thing. They're gonna be a lot better down the line. GeForce Now is gonna be a lot better down the line. What else? Luna is gonna be a lot better down the line. So it's not just gonna be Stadia. Cloud gaming in general, even though I don't really, do it any of the other ones, but cloud gaming in general is going to be more mainstream than people realize. And once they give you that thing that you never really realized that you needed or wanted, and like, damn, it's one of those, you know what I'm saying? You don't really know that you wanted this thing until you got it. And it's like, oh, now I get it, And once that aha moment happens for cloud gaming in general and Stadia in particular, that's going to be gaming. That's going to be the way a lot more people are going to game. Yes, consoles are going to be there. And I guess these gaming websites and gaming news sites have a vested interest in keeping the boxes available because they get free boxes, I guess. I don't know. But they're standing in the way of progress. And Aminar telling you right there, it's a goner.
Yeah, it's a goner. And it's not only that, man, but we got to get into these statistics, yo. So when you're done, please I think we need to address the statistics part, because a lot of people are concerned about the stats, man. Stadia not really showing their stats and their numbers and stuff.
So what? Like, do you really need to know that? I don't care. Do I push this button here. The damn thing works. I push that button thing. It turns on. I play my game. I get off of it. I don't give a shit who's on, who's else is playing it or not. You know what I'm saying? Because I mostly don't even play with them. But I don't need to know. Like, some people want to know, like, who's doing what.
They want to know for comparison's sake.
Yeah, I get it.
Xbox did this. PlayStation did this, man. Nintendo.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is, Stadia is a new thing, and it's not, as far as the user base is concerned, we already know it doesn't have a huge user base. It's suspected to not have a huge user base right now. It's going to be adopted more so later on. Right now, they're still building the building blocks for what's to come. So I'm not worried about how many people are on it at this moment. That doesn't matter to me. Now, it matters to other people, and I get it, because me and Bebop had that conversation. He was talking about the numbers, and some people, like I said, some people want to know how many people are working there, how many employees they got, how many lunch breaks they take, how many, I don't care. I just don't care about that. That's me. Now, if you care about that, hey, more power to you. But I don't base my experience with any platform on how many other people are enjoying it. I don't base my enjoyment of anything based on how many other people like. I like Dragon Ball Z. I don't care if nobody else likes it. You know what I'm saying? I like Bone Thugs and Harmony. I don't care if nobody else likes them.
But
I
some
do.
people are saying that, hey man, if Stadia don't have the numbers, Google, they could close the doors, Rev. So don't we need to talk about it a little bit more, I guess? Because
if
they're saying it's based on the numbers or whatever, Stadia seeing that they only have 50,000 players, but they were aiming for 500,000 by year
have
2.
A positive income. Well, Stadia is gonna possibly lose money for Google for a few years. I mean, look how long Microsoft lost money on Xbox. They just started making money off that a few years ago. But you know, if it was based on if they were making money right away within their first year, nobody would be in business.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody would be in business. How much money you think Sony lost on the PlayStation when it first came out? They weren't just immediately profitable. You know,
and Xbox is still losing money, man. I mean, losing money. It just turning a profit on these consoles.
Seriously, so it's like, oh, if they have positive income, look, Google is one of the richest companies in the world. It's $1 trillion company, and they are behind it. They just have to reorganize and restructure to make it work for them. So the things that they're doing, the support that they're giving to the game development community, that's enough to tell me that they're in this for the long haul. I'm not worried about player numbers. That's that never mattered to me, because I figure it's still gonna take a while. They gotta pay their dues to build up interest in this platform. It's not just gonna happen overnight like that. It's just not. And I don't know how many people, other people expected to be playing Stadia at this point, but I didn't, I expected to be exactly where it is, because new technology is slow to be adopted. That's just it. Like, you could take GeForce Now. GeForce Now has been around for a while, right?
Yeah.
GeForce Now has been around for a while. xCloud has been around for a while, some years. Both of those have been around for a while, whether they were in beta or just coming out in I think even xCloud is still in beta. But they have an installed user base where GeForce Now has PC players, and there's a whole ton of them. And xCloud has Xbox players, and there's a whole ton of them. So yeah, it's going to be easy for those platforms to be adopted, as far as user rates, because they have an installed user base. Stadia is building theirs. And you're not just going to walk in the door with 20 million users. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen that way. And you're probably not going to have that after just 1 year and a few months. They got to go through the growing pains of building that user base. And, being an early adopters, that's just what we signed up for. I'm sorry,
But check it out. Cause we'll get on this for the rest of the show. But I wanted to highlight this one right here, man, because
Stadia
God Hero said Xbox didn't have a bad launch. And check this out. Let me go here. Let me go here with it, right? Because this makes me chuckle.
Hiccups, and that was that.
Hey, it makes me chuckle. God Hero knows what the deal is. He's around. He's checking out my content, supporting and everything, man. He knows what's up. So we're gonna have real discussions. That's what we need to do. We open this thing up, Revolutionary Storm, for any and everybody that's trying to come in here and share your thoughts, right? Because we get into it, man. We don't run away from every topic or whatever that's difficult for some to address. But look, Hey, Ray, have you ever heard of the Xbox One, the regular base, the Xbox One that Don Matrick and everybody had something to do with, and they were trying to make it was like a $500 console at launch.
Yeah.
And then, people got pissed off about the price and all of this stuff. And, at the same time, it wasn't
the always on thing.
Yeah, always on and all that stuff, man. And there wasn't a lot
thing.
of games, exclusive games and all that stuff that were dropping that generation and all that. So people were pissed off about it. Remember, and I had to put Xbox out there because I got it. I hate to do this, y'all, but I had an Xbox day one, man. Day one. I probably had an Xbox before half of the people in this damn chat, man. Day one. If you didn't have an Xbox original OG way back in 2001,
with the Duke controller,
then
day one.
Then I can't really have a conversation with you about Xbox. So here's the deal, man. Remember the 360, Red?
Yeah.
Red Ring of Death?
Yep.
You remember that?
Yep. Was at the same time.
So would that be a good launch?
I had three of them.
And then they were in the hole. They were in the red at the time because they were losing money on every console ship.
Yep.
So
They were
Come on,
loss leaders.
man.
That's what they called them, loss
We're
leaders.
talking about bad launches now, y'all. We got to put all this stuff into perspective, man. Remember the big Foreman Grill PS3, $500
With the
and $600.
Spider-Man letters, the
Yes, sir, man.
$600 thing.
$600. People were like, "Oh hell no, $600? What?"
Uh-huh.
So they started out slow and all that stuff, man. And so it's like a lot of these things, Luna, everything else,
But see,
man.
the thing
Bad
is,
launches is gonna happen. So
but
it's
see,
not like
look,
a Stadia exclusive thing, man. It's
let
not
me
a
tell
Stadia
you what.
exclusive thing.
Let me tell you. See, people don't understand what was happening with those consoles. What was happening with those consoles was that it wasn't just gaming that sold those consoles.
Right.
It wasn't just gaming. Case in point, the Xbox and the PlayStation 2, right? You know what sold those? The fact that they had DVD players.
Yeah.
The DVDs sold that. Those consoles ushered in DVDs being the preferred media format over VHS. That's what killed it. That's what killed VHS. The fact that these video game consoles were able to play DVDs. Now everybody had a DVD player in their home when they didn't have one before because DVD players were expensive alone. So at that time. So now you have a video game console that can play DVDs. Now people have a big DVD collection. Okay, the PS3 and the Xbox 360. What was the biggest selling point for that? Well, the HD DVD and Blu-ray war was the ones that drove sales for that. Right. And it just so happened that the PlayStation had a Blu-ray player built. The PlayStation 3 had a Blu-ray player built into it, and they were promoting Spider-Man. They were promoting all these other different movies, and they were using the PS3 as a conduit to get those things, to get that sold and win that war. Because if you remember, the Xbox 360 was supported HD DVD, but they had an additional player instead of it being built into the system, and that's why the PS3 won out, because people were able to adopt the Blu-ray system and Blu-ray discs and stuff like that over the 360 and its red ring of death situation, and the fact that if I wanted to play HD DVDs, I had to buy another thing to do it with. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I could just play Blu-rays and boom, that's why Blu-rays won.
Oh yeah.
And so then if you look at the next generation, which is the PS4 and the Xbox One, what was the driving force for those? They were entertainment hubs. Yeah. Not only now you just weren't playing video games, you were watching Netflix, live TV, you were watching Hulu and all this other stuff on there. So those apps and stuff like that weren't being all the way. They were slowly being adopted by everybody. And now these consoles gave you a way to play those things, in one spot. So that was the thing that sold those, and the PS4 just sold like hotcakes because it was, the next PlayStation. And it was, I think it was cheaper than the PS3 because the PS3 was just ridiculously expensive. But because it had that Blu-ray player, that's why, Yeah,
so, and then, go ahead, man, because Amanor right here, man, this is why I could talk to Amanor and, you know what I'm saying, and God Hero. I could have conversations with them because as long as you guys are bringing up things on both sides of the equation that make sense, like Amanor is doing right here, because they all have failures, man. And if you break even or whatever, make a profit, then that's not a failure. But we're talking about launching the issues that you had.
Right. So look, now what was Stadia's launch problem? They didn't get that's on my shirt. Okay, they didn't get the codes out to people on time. Yeah, it wasn't like the people didn't get their boxes, for the Founders Edition and Premier Editions, because I got mine at 8 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, November 19th. I got mine at 8 a.m. But
I got mine at 9 or 10.
Right. So the thing was, they didn't have the code. The codes were going out of order, and some people weren't able to access it right away on November 19th the way they were supposed to. But they found out what the issue was and they fixed it. And then I started watching on the Discord as it was being updated that the codes were going out now in the correct order from when they were first launched. I started playing on Stadia that Thursday, the 21st, because I had pre-ordered on August 6th, and I had to wait until they get through all of the June 6th And then once they got through the June 6th pre-orders, because that's when the bulk of them happened, then they were able to blow through the rest of them, and they got those out. They got the problem corrected and fixed within a few hours, and within 2 days, everybody that needed codes was playing already. So it's not like they had a bad launch. It was just one hiccup, and that was pretty much it. And they fixed it and they moved on. So people still talking about that is just killing me. It's like, yeah, that was a problem for a few hours and then it was over with, And 22 games at launch is still a lot of games. It's more games than a lot of other platforms new to the market drop with. Xbox didn't drop with 22 games. PlayStation, the original one, didn't drop with 22 games. It was the most games. Stadia had the most games of any launch in nearly the history of video games. So, yeah, they had an issue in the first few hours. Half a day or so, and they didn't say anything to anybody, and that was a problem. A lot of people were upset about that. But once they figured out what the problem was, they communicated and they got to work on the problem. They got it fixed and it was done. So that's not a bad launch. And then they already told you that there was certain features that just weren't going to be there on the launch. So it wasn't like people were uninformed. Now they did say that they would roll those features out in 2020. And they did that. And they're still doing that. They're rolling even more features out in 2021. So all of this, I just don't get it, man. It's like, we got to let that go.
Nah, I get it. I mean, and people like some of the stuff I agree with when people break things down. Like at first, Rev, I
agree with this.
You, me too. But I'm gonna tell you something too, right?
Ultimate Edition, Unlimited Series, Game Pass. I was like, something like that.
Now check this out, right? Because they said it's gonna be a slow burn. Shout out to Stadia Cast, man. Bill and Lloyd just talked about it this morning.
Yes,
other people has been covering this, including myself, MM2K. You called in yesterday at SML Podcast, shared your quick thoughts on everything, man.
Yes, sir.
This right here is a discussion that always needs to be had, right? And I'm not going to sit up here and have a spear ready to throw at somebody's heart because you say something that you feel about Stadia or whatever, right? We're not doing that here.
People have the right to feel that way.
Yeah, but
whatever.
We do challenge the inaccuracies, right? So when I heard, let's go back to launch, since Red went to launch, man. 22 games. First, it was 12 games. I was kind of concerned about that number, right?
Yeah.
Then it went to 22 games, Rev. I was still like, okay, I feel better now. 22 games, okay, that's better than 12.
I remember the 12 games. That was kind of like, okay, well, I guess, but you got to start somewhere. But then I guess they got to the finish line with a lot of games, then a lot more games than they expected.
Yeah, they did.
So that was cool.
They did. So I'm up here. I'm like, oh, whoa, that's not a whole vast library. But then I said, Rev, you know what I thought about? I said, wait a minute, I got to remember that Stadia is just launching. It's a cloud. New. It's something different. Yes, OnLive has tried it before, and they probably learned a lot from OnLive. I remember Digital Fountain, right? Rich Ledbetter doing a breakdown of his thoughts on OnLive, and that article is still up there. I was on it yesterday. It's a great read, by the way, too.
Yes, sir. Check it out.
So
y'all.
check that out, man, because it has a lot to do with where Stadia and GeForce Now and Shadow and Luna and everybody is trying to go to, and what made it possible for them to get here, right? Kind of paved the way. Shout out to OnLive. I had that too, by the way, with the controller.
See, so I didn't hear about OnLive until I heard about Stadia. That's how unplugged I was on that. I didn't even realize that was even going on in 2010. Yeah, that's crazy.
So you know what I mean. So my thing is, so then I realized, and I said live on several shows, several podcasts, right? I say, look, I'm not worried. Now in 2021, by the end of 2020 or whatever, going into 2021, if I'm not hearing better things about Stadia, then I'll be concerned. That's what I said. And then guess what? They started dropping bomb after bomb of information that I like, news that I like, games that I like, features that I like, and all that stuff. So then I became more comfortable with the platform. Then February hit, right? We heard about SG&E, y'all. We got to talk about it. I told people we're going to talk about it every month. If we don't talk about it every month, we're not doing it a service. We're doing it a disservice if we don't talk about the news that everybody else talks about in a negative fashion. Well, if we don't talk about it in a positive fashion, we're doing it wrong, right? No, so we heard about that, and then people went to hell. Everything went to hell. Oh, I told you. People said Stadia was dead, and they still consider Stadia closing with SG&E. because they don't know no better. They don't know any better. They don't know how to do research. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So this is what we're gonna show y'all real quick, right? Before we get too far off track. I'm gonna share my screen again.
Right. While you're
Yeah,
doing
go
that,
ahead. Go ahead. Do your thing.
highlight Aminar's comment right
Oh,
here
okay.
where he
Hold
said
on.
about the old games and whatnot, you know,
All right, hold up 1 second. 1 second. Right.
because Guy Hero
Old
had a
game.
comment
Boom.
behind that and said, yeah, he said, why wouldn't anybody play them on Stadia, especially when that first Stadia was more unstable? Well, it wasn't unstable. It played very well. The technology worked from day one. There was never any hiccups on none of that stuff. So no, I don't know nothing about that. But
Some people could have had some because of their
yeah,
internet
their
connection.
internet was messed up,
Yeah.
and it revealed a lot of internet issues. And so once they got those internet issues taken care of, Stadia, worked just fine. But it's like what Guy Hero was saying. So I haven't played those games yet, so they weren't old to me and didn't have to buy them twice. That's where I was. Like a lot of games that they had at launch were new to me because I was out of gaming for a few years. But there was still new games in there, like NBA 2K20 was new. That Farming Simulator, whatever was new. There was a few other new games in there too. Guilt was new.
Loved it, by the way.
It wasn't just a lot of old games. That's there were some old games, but you know what? All the games that people want them to have on Stadia right now are old games, like Fortnite. That's an old game. Call of Duty. That's an old
Rainbow
game.
Six Siege.
Rainbow Six. Anything is old. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, people still want Splinter Cell. I'm one of those people. It's an old game, but those games that people
want Ark Survival. Old game. You get the point?
Game, right? So that's not a knock on Stadia, though. You know what I'm saying? Because every console, every platform has old games, but people still play them and people still like them. So I don't see why it's a problem. And plus, it's new. It had to have some games that people were familiar with in order to attract people to come and give it a try. If it I have to go back to the Xbox thing. When Halo launched, it was a new game all the way. Munch's Odyssey was a new game, even though it was new in the franchise. It was an older franchise, but it was still new. But Halo was panned. Like nobody in the gaming media was giving that game a fair shake until it dropped, and the people loved that game.
Right.
So new versus old is that's an argument we can have. But at the same time, if you want people to at least give it a try, you got to have something that people are familiar with as well. So that's what they went for.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. I mean,
and now we got a lot of new games because that was 2019. Remember, you're 2021. Let's just update everything because now we got new games launching day and date. Just saying.
Yeah. So far, good discussion, man. Great discussion, in fact. And we're gonna go ahead and continue to highlight you all's comments. So keep them coming, man. They add to the whole discussion. But in the meantime, what I want to do is share the screen again, and we're going to go over why we're talking about this in the first place, right? You all have heard about the IGN and Kotaku, but what the bigger sites do is they spread the word to these other smaller sites or other sites that could just catch that torch and try to run with it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And in a way, some people, I feel like, in my opinion, they are trying to get people to come to the site. That's why you put articles up there in the first damn place, right? You want traffic to hit your site. So let me go ahead and share this real quick, because this right here is going to be about Tom's Guide, as you all saw. And Tom's Guide is, from what I understand, has mainly been known for PC gaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we're going to go ahead and pull it up. All right. So this right here is one that I saw yesterday. After talking with MM2K about the IGN and the Kotaku piece and all that stuff. But here's a title, right? And it says, Google says Stadia is doing great. We're not so sure. This is by Marshall Honoraff, all right? Now, the title, there's nothing wrong with that. They're not so sure. Sometimes people within this community is not so sure. Sometimes I'm not so damn sure because I don't have definitive answers, right? Or read.
Right.
So, but when you go down and you start reading, so here's where the problem lies, I think. All of this stuff, everybody can have their opinion on. All right. We are never going to shun somebody for having their opinion. If your opinion is going too far with it, we might have to question that. Now, in here,
I
as
only
you,
get mad at you when it comes to you just being disrespectful. I don't care about
yeah,
whatever opinion you have. That's you're entitled to that.
yeah. See now, all right.
But you're not entitled to your own facts, though.
Absolutely. Now here's a paragraph. Hold on, let me make this bigger for the
Yeah,
people in the back. I'm plagiarizing, but MMTK
blind
don't
folks
care.
like me.
Okay, MM is not on here with me and Red. What can he do? What can
Yeah,
he say? He ain't gonna
yeah.
say nothing. He ain't
He
gonna
ain't
do
ready for
nothing.
this. He don't
Here
want
we
to no
go.
way.
Here, tell him we said it. Tell him we said it. Somebody hit him up in the DM. Tell him we talking trash on him. All right, so here it is.
Talking mad janky.
Google's innovative. Shout out to my bro, man. Y'all don't understand the work he's putting in. Y'all don't understand what's about to happen for the PNTS network real soon, y'all. Just stay tuned and remember we told y'all here on Revolutionary Storm, episode 4. All right, Google's innovative cloud gaming platform, Rev, has suffered from some setbacks in 2021. But the company recently claimed that the project is alive and well. And that's the theme for, I love it, man. It gives us a theme that pisses people off, that don't like Stadia, has been hating on it and don't even know why. I love it.
Okay. So,
all right.
So just breaking that part down.
Yeah.
There weren't that many setbacks in 2021.
And
there
the
was
company claimed that
there was only one setback, and that was the closure of SG&E. Because they've announced deals with LG and other TV providers to have Stadia baked into the TV.
Okay.
There's been we had EA launch Madden and FIFA. We had all these other big games launch. We had Judgment, Outriders. For better or for worse. We've had Resident Evil. Capcom finally putting their games on the platform. There's a lot of big games still to come, like Far Cry 6.
Yeah.
And Riders Republic and all of that. So I don't know how many, while SG&E was a big blow, it wasn't like a litany. People that went to Jade Raymond's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had already lost their jobs, and Google was trying to find other positions for them, but they found other jobs. That happens to every company. I mean, shoot, what was that? Luna lost one of their top people last year. Luna wasn't declared dead. What was that? Sony, Microsoft lost people. Sony, restructured some things with one of their studios. They weren't declared dead, So it's like, come on, man, that's business. Anyway, go ahead.
It is, and that's the first sentence, Rab. Now the second sentence might blow your mind a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
They may be true. I mean, that may be true, but Google won't share one piece of evidence that would let us judge for ourselves. That's what the problem God Hero has right now. But let me ask you this, God Hero, and everybody else that could help me out with this. How many users do Xbox Game Pass have? How many? I'm talking about actual users right now. I need the number right now, updated today. How many players are on Xbox Game Pass? If you say 20, if you say 22 million, 18 million, all that stuff, things that we've heard about. Now I'm talking about right now. How many players are on Game Pass that we know are there? Right? That didn't sign up and then say this ain't for me. I don't want to download games, or this is too expensive, and then dip. So even if they did release a number, say Reb, they came out and said, you know what? There's 8 million players on Stadia, y'all. Here's your numbers. There's 8 million users on Google Stadia. What's gonna happen, Reb? What's gonna happen?
Nothing.
And what are people gonna say, Reb? What are the naysayers and unbelievers gonna say?
They're probably gonna say that's not a whole lot of players.
I don't even think they'll go that far. I think they'll say no way. No way Stadia has this many players. Come on, Reb.
Right. I mean, it's got over 1 million downloads on both. The Stadia app has 1 million downloads on Android and iOS, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh man! And then active users on Reddit alone is over 106K last time I checked. That's more than
that's a small portion of the internet, though.
But that's more than 6 people that play Stadia. Stadia is getting traffic on certain videos, like the one video you highlighted in the episode 1 or whatever, where they got over 26 million views.
Right.
Now, whether you like the platform or not, somebody is checking it out. That's all they care about.
So the building blocks are there, But like I say, I don't expect it to have 30 million people, 20 million people, or even 10 million people right now, because there's just been a lot of stuff, negative press, a lot of missteps that they had dealing with COVID last year. There's just been so many different things that kind of slowed that adoption rate. But once they get further and further away from the SG&E thing and keep delivering games and keep improving the platform, keep adding features, which we're going to talk about on this too. I think that is, that's going to blow over. And they already got somebody in place to replace John Justice. They got other positions filled. I think Ubisoft has a position out there that they're looking for somebody to work with Stadia compliance and stuff. So that means that there's more stuff coming from them.
Mm-hmm.
And EA still has a couple games to release, and once those come out, we'll see how that relationship works in with Capcom too, because they have I think one more game to release on there, and we'll see how that progresses. But all of this stuff again is just going to take time, and time is going to be the biggest teller of how successful or not successful this platform is, not somebody's opinion in an article.
Yeah, now let me say this. As you all can tell, and I said it to Reb beforehand, I said, yo, I'm confused, Reb, and I'm going to show you all why I'm confused, right? But what I want to do is find the main point. So the bottom line is, so basically Tom's guide feels that Stadia really alive and well. It depends on how you evaluate it, right? The service is up and running. It works as promised. It has plenty of new games on the way. The system will have some timed exclusives in the not too distant future. And there are still plenty of experienced Google employees at the helm. On the other hand, we still have no idea how many people play Stadia games or how the service plans to set itself apart from competitors, particularly now that every other major platform has a streaming option of its own.
Yeah, but they don't do what Stadia does.
They just don't. And people know that. People should know this already. Even the haters, man. They should know that xCloud don't compare to no damn Stadia. PS Now don't compare to Stadia. Luna or GeForce Now with all those games still can't do what Stadia does, because a lot of people are shifting over to a lot of people want to play at 4K, so you're limiting that. Now I know that's just one piece though. That's one piece. Then Rev, you kept telling people that Stadia has a store where you could buy your games and you pick the games you want to buy, they're yours, you know what I'm saying, to keep after you buy them and all that stuff. And it's just so many other things, right? But I just wanted to throw that 4K piece and the store piece in there, yo. But there's other reasons too. We don't want to go into all of them.
Can you highlight Ron? What's that? Ron
Slusher. All right, hold up one second.
Comment.
All right, right here.
Now, where did you hear that at? Where did you see that at? Because I'm really interested in that. See. Can you answer that? Because that's interesting. Because Ark isn't there.
Oh, it's coming. No, he's going by the fact that it's coming. He's talking about it's coming. Yeah.
Okay, now I get it. But PUBG is already there. Jedi Fallen Order is already there. Elder Scrolls Online is there. But we'll see. When Rainbow Six Siege happens and stuff like that. How many people come over with it. But and then God Hero's last comment.
Got you right here.
So even if I ask anyone that knows Stadia but haven't used it, they still thinks they only has like 5 games and isn't free. Yeah, the like I said before, the misinformation campaign was very successful. Right. And I was one of the guys I mentioned before that I talked to. He got Stadia day one, and then he never tried it. And I'm like, dude, it don't cost you anything to just give it a shot. Just give it a try. And then from there, if you don't like it, hey, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's your experience, and you can't nobody begrudge you your experience, Right. But you might like it, and you might find that it's a lot better than what you really think it is, And that's all I was saying. Yeah. And he said the things that he said to me. I was just like, wow, that's fucking crazy. But what's Eminar saying now? It was a big blow, Stadia, and it wasn't a smart business decision. I think it was, because if it at this time, it's not saying that they can't revisit that idea of building building their own studios and stuff like that. But if all the games that people are wanting are third-party games, then why not shift your focus to get those games on the platform, and then even possibly have those third-party studios make exclusive Stadia games, so it doesn't cost them anything to do it. Just pay them a bunch of money and just say, hey, look, you go ahead and make that game. We don't have to spend the money on the development stuff, like you guys can do that. And then, make that game exclusive to Stadia. It's not like PlayStation doesn't do that. It's not like Xbox doesn't do that. They have their own in-house studios and whatnot, but that's, like I said, you can't miss what you never had. That's just my opinion on it.
Right. So let's move ahead, y'all. So as you can see, that there some people are like, there's not a lot of harm in what I just read, right? But what I'm saying to Rev is, and you guys is, I'm asking you all to check this out. So if you go to the search feature on these websites, and we're gonna look at this one, we're gonna look at IGN right after this, right? And we're gonna search Stadia. So here, let's do that right now. As you can see, I've already done it, right?
This is gonna be interesting.
You'll see this article, and then you'll go see other articles that's listed, right? So this one, and it confuses the hell out of me. So I know if it confused me, I know it will confuse Rev and you guys and new viewers or whatever to the site. And I've been in the site before. They do great PC breakdowns. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I was surprised to even hear Stadia on this site in the first place. But hey, I'm glad people are talking about it.
Comment off the screen.
All right. Oh, it's all okay. I thought I hit it already. So let's go ahead and do that.
Oh, there we go.
I think I hit the space bar sometimes or something. So here we go, y'all.
What can you do?
So check it out. We're gonna skim through this. We're gonna skim through this. We're all the way ghetto, man. So Google says Stadia is doing great. We're not so sure. That's the one we just checked out. Here's another one. Google Stadia could finally get this much needed new feature. All right. That was 7 days ago, and they're talking about bridge mode right here, which we're gonna cover as well at some point during the show. Google Stadia was never going to work. Now, I don't know what that means when you look at this right here. That was the last one I read from
them. I was like,
yeah, I'm like,
oh my God, I laughed so hard at that one.
When you look at this right here, you're like, oh, whoa,
the same guy, but that's the same guy that wrote the last article.
That wrote the other one. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. I want y'all to stay with me now. Let me do my thing. Resident Evil Village just gave Google Stadia a lifeline.
As if it was on life support or some shit.
You see what I'm saying, Red?
They just closed SG&E and it was like, all right, moving on.
All right. So no way Stadia lives without Resident Evil Village, right? That's what this is implying. Google Stadia not dead. Over 100 games coming in 2021. So, Red, did they think it was dead already? Right. Did they think it was dead already?
Yep. That's the implication if you look at the headline.
Okay. Google Stadia disaster gets worse as game gets canceled.
That was awesome.
I'm just saying.
That was awesome. You know what that was about though, right?
What?
That was about Terraria.
Terraria.
Because the dude
got on the platform
mad.
Now.
Right. The dude got mad because his YouTube and he lost access to his Google account, so he tried to retaliate by canceling his Terraria. But the fact that he had a contract already signed meant that he couldn't do that. So Terraria launched on Stadia anyway.
Well, here's the deal. Y'all.
And to this day, Stadia has not lost a game.
Man, here's the deal.
Unlike other platforms that have. Anyway.
Great, good breakdown on that one, man. Google Stadia now runs on Xbox Series, both consoles. What you need to know.
Yep.
Right?
Browser access.
Okay, now that runs on Xbox. Now here's another. Forget Google Stadia. Xbox Game Pass leak upgrades put it to shame, man. Xbox Game Pass leak upgrades put it to shame. That's opinionated. But see, this is what I'm saying. When you go to these sites, you have to understand that these are people just giving their opinion, just like me and Red. You know what I mean? So if they could do it, we can do it.
Exactly.
This is all I'm saying. Hey, so you saying that's Tom's guide, man. I'm not even familiar with Tom's guide.
Yeah,
Google Stadia's killer feature proves you don't need a PS5 or Series X. So which one is it now? And that's Tom Pritchard, though. See, so Tom might like Stadia and this other person might not. I get it. But these are the titles for your articles on your site that's driving people in there.
And they hit a wall because the studio shut down. Yet they keep releasing games and all that stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, those games are already contracted. We can't count those games. Sorry.
Yeah. Then the Google Stadia review saying, hey, they gave it a 2.5 stars. All right, I could dig that. They were probably, if I click on this, they're probably ago. Yeah, they're probably talking features and all that. The features are not there yet. We're not sure about stats and how many players. I'm sure that'll be in there. But here's the deal, y'all. GameSpot gave it a 2.5 stars as well, or 2.5 out of 5 or whatever.
Can't get mad at them.
So you can now get Google Stadia Premier Edition for free. Here's how. See, they promote Stadia. Tom, shout out to Tom again. Google Stadia just hit the iPhone. Now you can play Cyberpunk 2077 bug free. I like that. I like that a lot.
Right, because what was happening with Cyberpunk 2077? Oh, right. It was pulled out of the PlayStation store for all of them. And it, didn't run so well on the Xbox, and it was only running well on Stadia and PC. But anyway,
Yeah, but anyway, one more, because there's a lot. There's a few more down there, right? So Google Stadia is officially a mess, y'all, and then we're gonna leave them alone. So y'all, it's kind of like, okay, what is it?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
bipolar.
yeah, I don't get it, man. I just don't. So let's go to IGN, one of the
Yeah,
biggest sites, man.
yeah,
Shout
that's
out to Destin Legary and all them down there. You know what I'm saying, doing their thing. Now check this out.
yes, sir.
But we're gonna type in guilt first before we do anything else. Let's see if they review guilt because they review games from
Wait,
every other console
I don't, I
and
don't see, I don't see
PC.
IGN on the screen now.
Oh, you don't see IGN?
You
Why
didn't share
not?
it.
Oh, okay. I had to. Okay, let me stop and share it again. Then let me stop and share it again. All right, I want y'all to see this right here, real quick, and we'll breeze through this because I got to get ready to wrap up in like 10, 15 minutes. But here we go.
Mhm.
Hold on 1 second. IGN. Here we go. Boom. Cyberpunk review. Can you see it now?
Yep.
I
Yes,
just
sir.
typed in guilt, hit the search, and there's guilt, right? But did they review it? I don't see no score, man.
None. That game is awesome. It's a
Awesome. So
fantastic
you
game.
telling me guilt is not worth a review on IGN, man? That's all I'm
And
asking.
it's on other platforms and stuff too, right? Or has it done that yet? I think it did. Yeah. Back in February, I think it was.
Let's see. Orcs Must Die, man. Hold on. That's another one. Orcs Must Die 3. It's right here. Listed for Stadia. Nobody took time to review. Oh, 7. They gave it a 7. Oh, wow. So they just picked. I'm surprised. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm just randomly going through games.
No,
Throw out a game.
wait.
Throw out a game.
No. We're not going to do the games. Remember,
Yeah, I know.
the platforms. Do the platforms.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do that too. All right, so let's see if they even touched on Luna.
No, wait. No. Don't do that. Put Stadia in first.
Nah. Put the other ones in first, man.
Okay.
Put
All
Stadia
right.
in last.
Go, man.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Go.
Let's do that. xCloud. Boom. No results. They didn't even bother. How come they didn't bother to review xCloud or whatever, right? To even highlight that and show gameplay on that. All right, keep that in mind.
Xbox though.
All right, next, Amazon. I'm doing it by the government name.
No,
Amazon Luna.
Yeah, there you go.
Nothing.
None.
At
Nada.
all.
Zero. Zip. Zilch. I thought
At
it was
all.
the darling
So either Stadia is the dopest
the darling
thing.
of cloud gaming. It's supposed to be the Stadia killer.
Either Stadia is the dopest thing ever since sliced bread. Or I don't even know what the hell is going on here. Let me keep on going. GeForce Now.
Put that up there.
Nothing.
Man.
Oh, man. So they had to have Shadow because that's PC, though. So I guarantee you Shadow was up there. Shadow PC.
Got some
nothing.
burn. Wait,
Nothing.
no.
But Stadia.
But GFN is for for PC players too.
Yeah, it is. But I don't even have to put. So I guess that's what they're saying. If it's PC, then there's no need to check it. But why do this right here then? Stadia, Uno Ultimate Edition, man, they got a whole list. If you click on let's click on which Google Stadia right here, y'all. Man, look, 11 days ago, 6 Google staff leave to join Haven Entertainment.
Yeah, because those people had already lost their jobs and they were looking for new work.
Here we go, Rep. Stadia's head of product has left Google.
Yep.
Okay. They even did a video on that one, I guess. Stadia, which is owned by search engine leader Google, finally has a search bar. Xbox Series X and S is getting an upgraded browser that can play Google Stadia, just like Tom's Guide. You see what I'm saying here, y'all? All right. Google Stadia reports detailed internal troubles, millions spent on AAA ports.
Oh, because that's never happened in gaming before. I'm sorry. Yes, Google is out here doing unprecedented work. They're spending money on video games. Oh my God, what a concept!
Yeah, I see what I'm saying.
Who knew?
Google, and Bungie are subject to the subject of a Stadia lawsuit.
Yeah,
Microsoft
because of the 4K thing for Doom Eternal.
Yeah,
that's old as hell though.
Yeah, but check it out. Microsoft Bethesda acquisition reportedly partly responsible for Stadia studio closures. Y'all, are y'all serious right now, man?
Yeah. So
this is what they choose to put. I just want to show y'all why me and MM and Red be firing back.
My thing is this
is crazy, man.
This is the thing. They had one article that was somewhat neutral, right? And then all the rest of them have just been overtly negative. And every article I've read on Stadia from IGN has been overtly negative in some way or another. Now, if you want to throw valid criticism at Google, at Stadia, at the platform, and all that stuff, fine. That's par for the course. If you're not throwing valid criticism out, then something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't the issue. It's that they chose. Now, they're supposedly covering this cloud gaming platform, right?
Yeah, if they're talking about it, why not the games though? I'm mad about that.
But wait. This is my point. There's other cloud gaming platforms that exist out there, and as you just demonstrated, they're not even talking about them.
Not even talking about them.
So it's like, why would you sit there and choose Stadia to talk about, and then talk about it in such a negative fashion? It's like you have an agenda because you don't list it anywhere on your site, but you seem like you have an agenda to disparage the platform, mislead the public, and give them information that isn't necessarily 100% accurate. So it's like I'm not saying you have to have glowing articles about Stadia, because no one has completely glowing articles about any platform. There's a lot of things to criticize on every side, but be fair. That's all I'm saying. Just be fair with it, because right now this ain't looking so hot. Because if you're gonna cover GeForce Now, cover xCloud, cover PS Now, cover all of those other cloud platforms as well, and Luna, cover them too, because they exist. Why did you just choose Stadia
we know the answer.
Because once you take shots at the king, you best not miss. That's all. You
gotta kill the king. You start at the head, man. Everything else will follow after that. So here's the deal.
Snake rots from the head.
Rev, here's a positive one. I need some cheering and clapping for this one. Google Stadia to get more than 100 games in 2021.
Yeah, but that's just a statement of fact that came from Jack User. I mean, they had to put that up there. Otherwise their integrity.
Man, I started to wonder if it's sarcasm sometimes, man. 100? xCloud has 300 or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? That's how I think about it.
xCloud has access to 1,000 something games, but that's because of Microsoft been around for 19 years, 20 years in November 11th. Mark your calendars. I'm gonna be celebrating that day too, because day one Xbox guy, I gotta give them their props for that.
Yeah, now check it out. The unexpected reason Terraria on Stadia is canceled. All right.
But it's on the platform now. So
Google Stadia is shutting down internal game studios.
Well, that's accurate. They did.
All right, so they're breaking some things down, but y'all, come on, man. Majority of those titles,
the clickbait. I mean,
come on, man. And look, I watched the live videos though, Rev, live interviews they've done together. People chuckling and laughing. It's cool. It's cool to laugh at Stadia right now, y'all. It's the thing to do. Go ahead and make fun of it like it's not a part of gaming. Like xCloud is not coming out here trying to do their thing. PS Now and others are trying to break into the game as well. But you laugh at Stadia only to praise xCloud later? I don't understand now. I don't understand. So look, we just wanted to show a little bit of that right there, y'all.
Yeah, he's saying Guy Hero saying GeForce Now stuff like that on their YouTube channel, but ain't nothing popping up on their website. We just saw it. We just saw it. So it's like, come on, man. And even then it's like, okay, they're being positive about it, I guess, because hey, GeForce Now is specifically designed for PC players. So,
yeah, man. I mean,
and PC Gamer, they're the worst though. When it comes to the gaming media, they're the worst when it comes to talking about Stadia. They completely hate it. And they are unashamed and unabashed with it. They just hate Stadia to its core. And I don't know why they think it's gonna take away their box, their PC towers or whatever. But it's not. It's just giving the people another way to play video games. That's it, man. It's not that serious.
Right. And that's the thing. So let me ask you. So why the hell aren't they reviewing the games that's exclusive to one platform?
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw Orcs Must Die had a 7, but how did that happen and they not review Guilt? Now Guilt went to wait a minute. Is Guilt has it gone to somewhere else yet? I'm not sure, but
yeah, I think that happened in February.
Yeah. So that's sorry. But either way, man, it's a game. Just add it to the reviews, add Stadia in somehow. I know that's a lot of work to go back and add all the games that comes to Stadia and stuff. Right? Maybe that's why they didn't do it. But I mean, to not include Luna, GeForce Now, and all that stuff is kind of do y'all rock with the cloud at all? And if you don't rock with it like that, why talk about it so heavily? Is my question. That's what me and Rev are wondering. Why talk about it in the first place?
Right.
If you don't rock with it.
Look at this. Look at this, Storm. It's like who was this saying it? Alberto Madonna right there. Right. Right here where he's saying consoles is blah blah blah. Consoles, it's the past, and we'll make it eat dust. We'll make it eat dust more soon than many people thought. You know what? I think cloud gaming is going to grow and expand over the next decade or so, right? I mean, it's already, look at the past decade from OnLive to now, right? OnLive was a great concept, and Stadia just improved that by leaps and bounds and added more to it. So what do you think the next 10 years are going to be? You know, the next 10 years for cloud gaming is just going to be exponential. It's just going to be like that. And you can see that because so many big companies are investing in cloud gaming on some level or another.
Yep.
Case in point, Walmart is coming out with a cloud gaming platform.
Project Storm. Let's go.
Walmart. Think about this. The Walton family who made hundreds of billions of dollars, selling food cheap and selling products cheap in their stores all over the doggone country,
right,
are investing in cloud gaming. Facebook investing in cloud gaming. Apple on some level or another still is investing in cloud gaming. That came out from the lawsuit from earlier from last year. They're investing in cloud gaming. Amazon investing in cloud gaming. Microsoft investing in cloud gaming. Sony investing in cloud gaming. Google investing in cloud gaming. Major hotel chains are investing in cloud gaming. So you better believe that this thing is not just some fly by night piece of thing that people are just oh, this is cool. It's not it's not going anywhere. It's only gonna get bigger, and it's only gonna be more and more accepted as time goes by. So who's gonna be
I'm up here. Hey, y'all see me having fun, yo. You can't give me controls like this, right? Beatrix is in the building. What's going on? Look, I'm messing with him and Amanor right now. Look, so Beatrix is telling Amanor, let's be real. Stadia will be king just like Netflix.
I mean, look, you have Blockbuster around anymore or Hollywood Video? No, we got Netflix because Netflix killed it. But I'm not saying that that Stadia is going to kill anybody's platform.
We don't even want it to.
What's going to happen is the company, the platform holders, the platform holders, and you're going to hear this. You're going to hear this first. The platform holders that exist now are going to kill the platforms.
Right.
So that's what's going to happen. Why you think Sony and Microsoft are investing so heavily in improving their cloud gaming infrastructure? Why? Because that's going to be the next phase for them eventually. It may not happen the next generation, but you better believe that next generation is going to have a heavy cloud influence. It's going to have heavy cloud integration.
Mm-hmm.
And where do you think and places like Stadia, Luna, GeForce Now, and all these other places that exist in the cloud gaming sphere, they're going to be a lot better. They're going to be a whole lot better this time next year. I mean, not next year. This time, down the line for the next generation.
Right.
So people afraid of losing their boxes, they ain't got to worry about Stadia killing it. The companies that they have their boxes from are going to do that themselves.
Absolutely, man. Look, we still got 60% of the show left. Some of this stuff might not get touched today. We're going to give it on to Rev for next week's show or whatever. But listen, we got to breeze through real quick because we got some important stuff that we need to cover right here, right? So we get involved with y'all, man. We can't deny the chat. Got to get y'all to participators and include you all, right? But at the same time, we have so much fun. We get so caught into it, man. It's fun. So
shout out to Ray for the retweet out there.
Oh yeah, Ray. Hey, Ray Sherrod, man, and everybody else who put a retweet or a like on the video, man. We got one dislike. We got to have a dislike every week because if we get know we made it. If we
Come
get a
on,
dislike, we know
man.
we made it. You know what I'm saying? At least one. We
If
don't
you
want
ain't
5 or
got
6
haters,
now.
if you ain't got haters, you
Yeah,
ain't doing
yeah.
a good job.
You
So
got to
come
have at
on,
least
man.
one. We just want that one. That's all. All right. So check it out. Destiny 2 temporary crossplay. What does
Yeah,
this mean? This y'all know what it means. Destiny 2, a game that I love. Rev doesn't play, but we're gonna get him in there though. We're gonna get him in there.
man. Look, y'all already got me buy. Y'all already made me buy Madden. Don't push it.
Hey, and Sekiro, you know what I'm saying? Well, I gifted that
I
to
was
you, my bro.
interested, but
I
wait.
gifted that
I
to you,
was
my bro, because I didn't think you were
interested in
gonna play it.
Sekiro. I was interested in Sekiro. So don't even start.
Nah, it's all good. But look, Destiny 2 temporary crossplay. All right. So what we mean by temporary, right? So it basically is it came to Stadia, and you could play with other platforms or whatever, like consoles. I'm not
Yes,
sure they
sir.
threw PC in there or not, but it will actually be a good game to work with PC players as well,
Yeah, definitely.
except like PVE. But then again, you have keyboard and mouse on Stadia, so that would be good.
Yep.
That's crazy. So yeah,
Yeah.
so but then we realized that it was an accident. They came out and made an announcement that was an accident. It was done intentionally. I think it was more so a test, man. How do you accidentally hit the button for Stadia, or was Stadia not supposed to be included before other? I don't know, y'all.
I think it was supposed to update later this year. That's the thing, and
Yeah,
it was accidentally enabled. Kind
of fishy though. How does that accidentally happen, Red?
Hey, I don't know, man. You look, don't even get me the line out here, man. I swear to God. Look, but we know it happened, and we know it's possible. And so that's gonna help Stadia, because that's the games everybody's seen it used as far as like their used as their barometer of how many players on Stadia, even though that's not a fair assessment, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's the game that they use. So we do what we got, they do what they gotta do. So that'll help as far as like matchmaking and stuff like that. All the things I just don't like to do, whatever. So, but yeah, it was what it was. Hopefully we'll get this to be a steady feature. No, oh no. Aminar gave us a second one.
Aminar gave us a like. He gave us a like, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
That was a lurker that gave us the first one.
Somebody gave us
shout outs to the lurkers.
They gave us that dislike early, but it's all good, man. We don't get mad about
the lurkers, man. Shout outs to those guys. We gotta let them be great and give them the love too, because you know what? That dislike and Aminar's, that the one he gave us is the thing that helps us get more seen, because it feeds the algorithm either way.
Either way, man. So oops to me too. I like that, Charles. Oops to me too. I like that. All right.
Silly.
So look, we're gonna move on, y'all, because we got some fire topics to close the show out real quick, right? So the next one would be so crossplay. That feature worked really great, though. I will say that much. I got my ass kicked by what I think
crossplay works really well on Stadia, and that's the thing that they always said that they supported. They said that way back in 2019 that they support crossplay. It's up to the publishers to take advantage of it and use it.
Right. So and crossplay could be one of Stadia's like the feathers in their cap if they want to make it that way, because it could be the thing that could bring those gamers over to the platform once they start rolling out these bigger games that we're anticipating.
Oh man, but Alberto's comment, man, when he talked about India, he mentioned
just put
India.
It up there.
Yeah, so it's like here's the thing: once Stadia is available in India, watch the hell out. That's gonna be ridiculous. There's gonna be a huge player boom on there, because India just supports everything for some reason.
Yeah, I love them.
And
they're going through all that craziness right now, man.
Yeah,
right?
And they got it's 1 billion people over there, so there's gonna be a lot of them that's gonna jump on board. I mean, so and you can see them in the comments asking, when is it going to be available in India? So
if we stop BSing as a damn world and get them all the support they can get over there, you know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy, man. We'll talk about that another time.
Shouts out to India, man.
Hopefully most definitely.
They're having a crisis over there with Corona.
And they definitely support us, man, our content. We can see where everybody's from and, all that stuff, man. Shout out to India. You know what I'm saying? All right, here we go, man. All right, we're going to go ahead and breeze through, y'all. Negativity does sell. All right, so here. So next one, toxicity in gaming, y'all. Oh man. So let me just break this down real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
If you're on Twitter, you already know that, the haters been coming at our neck, especially Rev and MM2K and myself.
Always at me, yo.
I mean, and they get kind of disrespectful. So Rev, that means that you're hurting people's feelings, man.
Yeah, but
I might need you to tone it down, even though you're just countering it with facts. You just counter with facts. That's all you do. But
I
Rev,
don't.
I guess that's not acceptable because then you get called names and stuff, you know, and people
Yeah, yeah,
accuse
yeah.
you of D-riding and all kind of stuff. Cause
Oh
you
my
like
God, man.
call me a biatch that they would never say to my face. You know what I'm saying? None
Man,
of that stuff, right?
I got
Stadia
accused of
bitch,
blessing
all that.
look, I got accused of blessing Stadia's mic, yo.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, 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 yeah,
and
yeah.
I was
Oh,
just like, really, I'm just telling you that the information that you have is wrong, and this is the correct information. But it seemed like
yeah,
that person I was talking to wasn't interested in hearing the correct information. They
right.
just wanted to just use all of these different excuses as to not try it, even though they have a controller and a Chromecast at home, and they said it's just been sitting collecting dust. So that was a waste of $130 because he
It
said
really was.
he bought it day one, which is just,
I mean,
why would you do
yeah,
that? At least
because
give it some run and then say you don't like
right,
it.
but you buy it day one so that you could see it mature into what you think it can be. I guess at that point, because you know that the games that was listed at that point was 22 games. You knew
Like
that the
my
games
cousin,
wasn't going to be there right away.
my cousin had Stadia from day one, right? And then
Yeah,
he just he gave it away or did something with it, because at that time it just wasn't what he needed. And so when I was telling him that I was deep into it and all the stuff that's been happening since then, he was like, "Whoa, what? That's been happening?" I said, "Yeah." So he's now looking back into it. And then my best friend, he wasn't on board with it when it first launched, but now he's all enthusiastic about it. So I mean, again, that's just gonna take time. But people like me and you, we've been down here from day one. We saw all of the progress that they've been making, and going to see the progress that they're going to make going forward. So, but for people to sit there and say these toxic things, because again, I don't go out disrespecting people. I just
right,
don't. I
right.
don't call people out of their names. I mean, I used to do the hate. I used to call people haters and shit like that. And I had to reevaluate how I was interacting with people on Twitter and places like that. And I changed my tone. So, and that was early on. I did that. And
Yep.
people didn't give me any credit for it until way later. But even within the community, I was pushing back against certain narratives. But I wasn't never just saying, "Oh, well, you're just this, you're this, you're that." But I was called all kind of fanboy shills and all kind of stuff. And then now I'm told I'm stuck in Stadia's dick, and I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Wow,
all
that's
that,
what's up." And
all that.
I'm just telling you that you're getting wrong information from people. That's all.
Bottom
But people
line.
can't handle that, and people can't handle like their opinions being challenged and facts being wrong, which is the reason why I was talking about the science thing yesterday, right? I was talking about the science thing yesterday. Scientists, again, they're more open to hearing opposing views, because if their opposing views and facts change what's happening, refute what they know, then they're gonna adopt that new train of thought as far as scientific experiments, things like that. And we should be more open-minded that way. I'm always like, if you have some information that's different than what I have, show it to me so I can check it out. And then, I can form my opinion of that either way. And we can have a difference of opinions, but again, we cannot have a difference of fact. So when I'm presenting people with factual information, they take that as I'm just riding the coattails, and I'm not. I'm just saying, hey, look, this is wrong. You might want to take a look at this. If you're getting the information from this source, they have a vested interest in lying to you. And we can see that in the political world too. Some people just don't want to hear, the real information. They would rather believe the lie. So that's what it is, man.
Yeah.
The comfortable lie versus the inconvenient truth. That's what this is really boils down to.
Right, man. And the thing is, we have thick skin, man. Like I said, it's all it's internet, man. We've talked so much trash in party chats, and I've been called racist stuff, all this stuff, man. So, but the thing is, don't be disrespectful to me or the team, man, because when we really come back at you, I mean, what they're going to do is block us anyway, Rev. So really, it's a non-factor, man. It's really.
I'm blocked by a whole lot of people, and
Yeah.
I have to ask people to screenshot what they're talking about because I don't see it. But I don't complain or cry about people blocking me. That is what it is.
Right.
Well, I'm not gonna name no names. It ain't that damn important.
Right.
But ML2K was showing something from somewhere that blocked me, and I was just like, oh man, what's that? So it was like I was like, that person blocked me, so I can't see it.
Yep.
So, he
So
showed it to me and I was like, oh, okay.
oh yeah, it's
Moved
and
on.
that's what it is, man. And I put him down with things too. We got to have each other's back, man. That's what we do. So check this out. Rainbow Six is indeed coming, y'all. It's indeed coming. We talked about it last episode where
In the
you
next
heard
few
me and
weeks.
that's it. In the next few weeks, y'all, it's been rated and it's coming to the platform, and I can't wait because it's a game that millions of people play. Now, how many is that going to attract to Stadia Rev? I don't know.
We don't
But the
know.
bottom line is, it's another game that millions of people play, so there's no excuse for at
I
least
remember playing.
a couple thousand people not to jump over if that's a game they love and they have the same internet that they can use to play on console. I
Right,
just want to
right,
say
right.
that much because before people can say nobody is going to play it and I don't have anybody, what?
Right.
So here's the thing, man. More games. Stadia don't have any games, and they still don't have the games people want
You
to
have to keep
play and all that.
adding games all the time.
Oh man. So that's what I want to say about that.
We're
Any
fast
thoughts on it?
approaching 200 games now.
Yeah. Any
In,
thoughts on
in,
it?
in less than 2 years, that's going to be insane. But
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Siege, I'm interested in that game. I played Rainbow Six on Tom. I have to give it this proper. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six on the Dreamcast. I played that, and I really enjoyed it. I kind of got lost in some things because some things weren't so clear on certain missions or whatever. But I remember, pulling off the strategy, going into different places and stuff like that, and then successfully pulling off these missions and whatnot. And the game was fun. So that was like what 1999, early 2000,
Yeah,
2000
around
or
that
so.
time.
So we're talking 21 years later, man. I really want to see what that game has evolved into because I haven't played many Rainbow Six games since then. So I want to see how that game's evolved over this time, and then I want to see because I still believe that quarantine is coming. I think I saw something about that like February last year that that quarantine was announced for Stadia, but it kind of flew under the radar.
Yep.
Or that it was something up with that with quarantine coming, but quarantine is coming. Just as a side note, quarantine is coming sometime before September 30th. So we don't have a solid release date for that yet, but I think they're gonna announce that for Stadia as well. So we'll see. But as far as Rainbow Six Siege is concerned, I really want to give that game some burn. So yeah, that's gonna be a definite. I'm gonna be on that.
Me too. I've definitely played it. I played it on Luna. I played it on consoles. Have I tried it on PC? I don't know yet, but it's a dope game. And it's having a major expansion coming to that as well. I forget what it's going to be, some type of esports type thing coming. I remember an announcement being made about that. So this is like the right time to get this game. People play it all the time. They love it. It's filled with toxic kids. I will say that much from my experience. When I got on it on Luna, first thing I heard was the N-word, but I'm used to it. It's not like I haven't heard it before.
They have multiplayer on Luna now?
Not Luna, damn it. What the hell did I play it on?
I don't know.
I played it on, damn. I know it wasn't Stadia, obviously, but it was in the cloud when I tried it. PS Now. It was PS Now. That's where it was. I said Luna. I gave Luna too much credit right there. I'm sorry about that.
Old, yo.
Sorry about that, man. You was old earlier, though. So here we go.
Old all the time, yo.
Yo,
I got a birthday coming up in I got a birthday coming up in 6 weeks. So,
man, you know what, Red?
That's why these exist. This is my gift to myself from an early birthday present,
Shit, you're gonna need a hearing aid in a minute, Mo. No,
that's what these are, man. Look,
hey,
wait. Before we get into this,
let's go, bro. You know how we do, man. You know how we do. You know how we do.
We gonna fight. But no, man. Look. These Pixel Plus, these things are amazing. I'm not trying to sell nobody on these things. I'm just saying how they work for me. Look, all I know is I was spending time just talking to the Google Assistant on this thing.
Yeah.
For me, I felt like Master Chief. I had Cortana talking in my ear, and I even asked I asked the Google Assistant how what she thought about Cortana, if she was familiar with Cortana. She said, "Yeah, I know her. I like her." I was
wow.
That was
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So
Cortana
Cortana was my G. So that was kind of interesting to have that, but these things, it's like they're in your ear and it's feeding you information, it's telling you stuff, and it's just like having Cortana in your head, like your Master Chief. I think that's just some cool shit.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I like that. I really do too. I really do, man. But yeah, that's gonna be a major move, man. Major move. So What I'm gonna do, y'all, is we're gonna move to the next one, which is that Far Cry 6 update, and all of the Ubisoft news is coming, man. As far as AAA and free to play and all that, I tell y'all what, you've already heard it. You've heard it before if you listen to the other shows, like
Yes,
of course
sir.
SSC and SML. We broke it down or whatever, but Rev has not given his take on it. But I know Rev is not against Ubisoft, man. So
Nope.
see, since people have heard me say it, Rev, we got to put you on the spot a little bit more than usual. I know you don't like that all the time, man, but we have to do it, Rev. So
Do it.
we talked about Rainbow Six Siege, man. That's
Yes,
a
sir.
banger. AAA.
Yes, sir.
Boom.
Yes, sir.
We're going into Far Cry 6 right now, and that game is also a banger, right?
Yes, sir.
You told people that it was coming, remember?
Yep.
So then we got Ubisoft, all these AAAs to move that they're hiring for whatever the position to help.
The position for Stadia for help with Stadia compliance. So that means they're bringing their games, they're bringing more games over to Stadia, and it's just having one person to be in charge of making sure that the games work and run well, and meet the standards that Stadia has set forth in their compliance that all companies have to abide by. Mm-hmm. So they're basically putting somebody in charge of that, so they don't have to worry about it. you know, right. So that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and it's just and so then we hear about Division 2 Heartland, that DLC that's coming to. I'm hearing it as standalone, so I don't know if I can call it a DLC technically, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Division 2 Heartland is coming sometime maybe next year, I think is the window that they're looking for. But look, man, so that's showing already that they're already thinking ahead of 2021. Mm-hmm. Right now, we know what Jack Buser and John Justice and they have said already about the games coming and all this stuff, right? We know
Jack Buser said that the games are already done 2021. Yeah. They're not even looking at that. They're working on the next year. So take that with a grain of salt if you want. I don't know.
Yeah, man. I mean, and so it just seems like there's a whole lot of news that could just smack you right in the face if you look for it about whether Stadia is going to be around or not. But yet we still have these conversations every week. I can't wait until the time when we can shut the hell up about these conversations, Red, because they just keep going on and on and on.
Yeah. But it's like, it's like Logo Gate just won't die. So yeah. So because look, this is happening. When the logo isn't there, people say, "Is this game coming to Stadia?" Yeah. Is it? When the logo is there, can you confirm that this game is coming to Stadia? Like, what the fuck? Like,
right. I know, man. I mean, it's baffling. It's mind blowing. I don't know. I literally scratched my head right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm scratching it again right now.
Like they just told you, they put the logo right next to the Steam logo, right next to the Xbox and PS logo, and you still say, "Is it coming to Stadia?" Didn't it just say so? But if it's not there, is it coming to Stadia? Like,
but that's how you know people are amazed. They're like, they're hurt because Stadia is getting more games that millions of people play, man. I mean, now you can't make fun of Stadia for having no games. It's kind of like Xbox at one point. But Xbox don't have no games, y'all. Y'all remember that being a narrative. How did y'all feel, Xbox fans? You know what I'm saying? I was a part of that team, the Xbox crew at the time, and I still am. But how did it make you feel? You know? So here's the deal. We got Resident Evil Village that dropped, and it's phenomenal, by the way, Rev. I don't know how many hours you were able to put in this because you've been playing Star Wars so much.
I've given an initial run, but I'm not gonna play it full through just yet because I want to finish 7. And but I did give it an initial run. My take on it is yep. it is amazing, yo. The graphics wise is awesome. The gameplay, stuff that we didn't see in the demo. I was able to blow through that part kind of quickly though. But that game has a lot of suspense to it. And it has a lot of intrigue and dread and all kind of stuff. And there's still some things like I didn't get the lockpick from, even from the demo part. I still didn't get the lockpick part. I still don't understand where that is. So hopefully I'll find that something later in the game or whatever. But I got to the part where you see all of the
it's not going to be a spoiler though. Yeah, it's not.
Or you see all of the people that's involved in the that you're going to be dealing with later on in the game.
Yeah.
And so that's where I am, and you have to escape all of that. That's where I am. And
well, Amanor has been helping me, man. I got to find. I had to examine this one item or whatever to get to the next part. But that's where I am.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
So I looked at that and I'm like, okay, this is a good place to kind of stop because I got stuck in a spot and one of my friends told me what to do. So I was like, oh, okay. And he's a PS5 guy, and I showed him Stadia, and he was like, whoa, this runs well. I said, yeah, it does. And that was on the CCU, all that stuff, wire connection, all of that, so everything's optimal, 110 down, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, but my impressions of it, nice. Yep. And I'm glad it's not a long game because it doesn't need to be. So that's encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't wait to get to that. But right now I'm in 7, and I think that's what I'm gonna do, get back into Resident Evil 7 and finish that and then go to 8.
All right. So nice. All right. So for me, the game has been amazing so far. I know if I jump on it, I'm gonna have to just like power through the rest of it, man. And it took me off of 7. I plan to just get a taste of it or whatever, see Lady D, see how tall she really was, and then go back to 7. Man, I couldn't even go back to 7 after I played Village. That's how dope it is to me. So hey, Cloud Gaming Dad, I saw you show up in the building, man. We appreciate you and everybody else that joined today. We're going to go a little bit more, like 5-10 more minutes, because we do want to cover this next banner that I have, y'all. So get ready for that. But I want to highlight everybody so I can go back and rewatch this, and see and just really take in what everybody had to say today. So I'm just throwing this up here real quick. Like illegal drugs.
Exactly. It's funny.
Oh,
that's
man.
Funny.
So let's see. So bang. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next one, y'all, which is Red. We got bridge mode, man. Boom. We talked about it earlier for a little bit. What can you tell the people about bridge mode? I could pull it up too if you want me to.
Yeah, dude. I had to mute my mic for a minute because it was because I went over to the chat, went over to the live feed, and it was gonna, speakers into the mic, so I had to mute for a second.
Gotcha.
Bridge mode is interesting. I'm about to drop the link to my channel so we can subscribe. Yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel, man. And then you can subscribe to mine too. So I'm about to drop that.
Yeah, most definitely.
So because we'll be on my channel next week, so you guys make sure you guys are there. And yeah, that's that. Bam. Okay. So let me plug in my laptop so it won't lose. Anyway, so yeah, I think the Verge, I want to give them, I want to hope that they were more fair in their assessment of that, because it seems like they were, maybe they got somebody in charge of that, maybe what's the guy, Tom something or another.
Yeah, Tom, I want to say Tom Warner. I don't know.
Tom Warner.
Yeah,
that Warner guy. Yeah, maybe he's like, okay, maybe I won't be such a dick towards Stadia too much no more. Whatever. Because they've been doing that for like almost 2 years now, and it's kind of old. but no, bridge mode is interesting. Like when they introduced tandem mode, where you could plug in another controller to your controller, and that way people could play side by side, which is still kind of like, make that a little bit easier, but still, but allows you to do like other accessible controllers, or even like I think you could. Can you do with tandem mode? Can you do mouse and keyboard or something like that?
I'm not sure.
But I know it's like some sort of accessible. I know like other accessible controllers for people that can't use traditional controllers. I know that. So now that they have it where you plug your you can connect your other controller to, well, they don't have it now, but I think it's coming very, very soon. But you can use your phone as the gateway to connect your other controller, like a PS controller or Xbox controller, something like that, and then play on the Chromecast. So now, you don't have to use the Stadia controller, the big badass Founders Edition right there. But I think that's awesome for people that may have a Chromecast but don't necessarily have the controller. This would be a way to go through the phone, through the app on the phone, and still be able to play using whatever controllers they have. again, just another thing to make Stadia more accessible to people. And that's, again, that's the progress that we signed up to see.
Yeah.
Now, my preferred way is to use the Stadia controller because I like it. It's comfortable and I can play for hours on end without hand cramps and shit. So that's my preference. But other people may prefer, one of the Xbox controllers. I saw one of my friends that had a dope Xbox controller, and I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. That now should be able to use that. They'll be able to use that on the Chromecast, hopefully, and because I think that's what Bridge Mode does.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be like hundreds of compliant controllers that's going to be able to work for it. So, they'll be able to use whatever controllers that they have. They have a PS4 controller. They have a DualSense. I think the DualSense will work too. If they have whatever, they'll be able to use it on the Chromecast, which is awesome. And then, with it being connected to your phone and going through the Stadia app, it's going to already have the same buttons that's on your controller on screen. Like, say, if you have to do some quick time motions or something like that, or you have to press this to do whatever within the game, interacting within the game. I think that's just dope, man. And this is something that, a lot of people wasn't really talking about when we first started doing this thing, when we first started, back in the launch again. Again, I always say this, and I always state this. This version of Stadia is the worst version of Stadia we're ever going to play.
The worst.
The worst version of it we're ever going to play, because the version that we're going to be playing a year from now is not going to be the same version that this one is today. And the version we're going to be playing 5 months from now, 4 months from now, 3 months from now is not going to be the same version that we're playing today. Because and that's evidenced by the fact that the version that we played on at the launch, a month from the launch, 2 months from the launch, 3 months from the launch, is not the same version that we're playing today. And that's awesome because it can steady grow, and we don't have to do anything to facilitate that happening. All of that's going to happen on the back end. So this bridge mode thing and other tandem mode and all kind of other different options that they're coming up with that they weren't even talking about 2 years ago, when they first announced this thing, is just evidence that this thing is going to always evolve. So I'm not jumping off, not now.
Yeah. For me, and I'm always thinking of accessibility and all that stuff, man. It is for a platform to be so young, Rev. You know what I'm saying? They're thinking of all these ways to make things more accessible for all gamers. They're doing so many things. They're laying the foundation for so many things that could be stepping stones to something greater. And that's what I like. That's what you do. Instead of jumping out, realizing that like SG&E, maybe we took on something that was too ambitious. And going back into that real quick, Rev.
Okay.
They have clearly stated why they changed direction and reshifted and refocused and all that stuff. They've done that, man, clearly, but people still seem to. They just don't want to read. They don't want to look. They don't want to ask the questions. They want to ask the gamers who would know, like us. They'll rather attack us, you know what I'm saying, because they want to storm.
But then you got to understand that Stadia isn't at the forefront of people's minds either.
Right.
For the majority of gamers that's out there, it's not at the forefront of people's minds because it's still new. It's still in the unknown, semi-unproven state. Because we're still in the early adopters. Well, I think somebody said I forgot what the other stage that they said it it's kind of moved into, but I still feel like it's in the early adoption stage. And when in that early adoption stage, you're going to get more people that's more inclined to be a little bit more patient. Whereas, the general adoption, the mass adoption is going to be those people that want to have it more fully baked.
Yep.
And ready for everything that they wanted to do. And that's the stage that they're getting to. So now what's this next one you got?
Well, this next one is 9 to 5 Google. We're going to pull that up for y'all real quick. And I'm going to try to break it down so that Rev doesn't have to do all this talking. And I just found out that YMYOG is going to kick off next Sunday, Rev. So I was rushing you for nothing, bro. How do you feel about that?
You suck.
How do you feel about that? It's going to be next Sunday. Nah, just no money. She has something to come up. You know what I'm saying? I got to support my sister. And
shouts out to Bunny.
You know how it is. So we're going to go ahead and share for the people and take our time with this one and make sure it's thorough, y'all. Which is right on time, because then we got something else right after this that I don't think anybody was talking about recently. So here we go, as Slick Rick would say. All right.
Yeah.
Now, where is my mouse?
I just saw Monique dancing to that song
Oh
today.
yeah,
Yeah, she did a thing
look,
on Instagram
you
calling it
heard
the
me.
greatest rap song ever.
Oh yeah. That's
The
yo.
show.
You heard me being old, right? You know what I'm saying? Yo,
Yeah.
we're not that damn old people, by the way. We just joke like it though. We're not that damn old. But look, I'm like, where is my mouse at?
Speak for you, man. Speak for yourself, man.
Hey,
I'm gonna be 50 in a few years. What you talking about?
and I'll be 50 in a few years too. But we keep on gaming like we're 15. You heard what I'm saying?
Man,
So
I keep trying to tell y'all people.
all right, check this out. So here's the deal. We're gonna jump into it, and we'll have fun later before we close out, y'all. But subscribe to each other's channels if y'all haven't. We do that every week where we ask you all to
Yes.
subscribe to each other. We show Can you explain last episode what we did when it comes to that, Red, real quick?
We had a sub party. We had
Sub party.
everybody in the we got the red button, party. Everybody went to everybody else's channels and they hit that red button to subscribe to everybody's channel, whether they were creating content on it or not. So, that's just a thing because it's all about supporting everybody else in the community that's out here. Even in chatting, we all about everybody can becoming more of a community. You know what I'm
That's it.
saying? And
Positivity and love, man. That's all. Love spreading that love.
we love building our little army of revolutionaries. You guys are out there. Even we got this, our own little personal star scream in Aminar. So, we gotta
Yeah,
we gotta do that. So if you guys are not sub to anybody else's channel or whatever YouTube account in here right now, go ahead and do that.
Drop it. Drop your link to your channel, man, or just say what the name of your channel is or whatever. And I'll make sure I sub to it now. Rev, do the same. Y'all do the same. And then, hey, we just gained a few more subs, y'all. That's what it's all about, man. You don't have to really get on here and say, please sub to my channel, please.
But do that too.
Yeah, you can do that if you want to, but I'm just saying, you don't have to do all that, people. We're not asking you to do that. But what we're saying here on Revolutionary Storm, we're going to show love if you all show that love back. That's what it's all about, man. So look, Stadia change log. I'm going to do the reading because I had to give Rev a break, man. All right, 2 new games, increased efforts from Ubisoft, a new Chromebook perk, and more, y'all. Now, some of this stuff we haven't touched on. I didn't even know until I read this morning. And as you can see from Ben Shun, I think I'm pronouncing that right. May 14th. You know what I'm saying? May 14th, he wrote this. So right here, they do this on 9 to 5 Google all the time, y'all. If you don't know, check the site out. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. But so we've already covered the 2. We're not going to go back and talk. Let's see the new games available on Stadia, 100 days, right? We already talked about this right here. For Honor, we didn't cover yet. And Uno 50th anniversary, Red. 2 more games is going to be coming with that Ubisoft partnership that Stadia has formed with them. And basically, it talks more about the Google compliance specialist tester that we were covering earlier when I was rushing you through the notes in the show.
No, it's all good.
But it basically it's basically said that it heavily implies the publisher is only putting more resources behind bringing games to Stadia. Rev, what do you think about that?
I think that's an amazing thing. I mean, Ubisoft has been like Stadia's biggest supporter since day one, and they, I think I like their open embracing of new technology and getting their games in front of as many eyes as possible. I've enjoyed playing Ubisoft games over the years. I mean, one of my favorite Ubisoft games is Splinter Cell. I need that in my life in 2021. There are so many other games that they have, from games like Scott Pilgrim to Uno to Family Feud and stuff like that to the big ones like Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed. I haven't really played Assassin's Creed, but I always liked watching those games, and seeing the updates and stuff like that. I still want Black Flag on Stadia. I think that would be one of my favorite games because I was really interested in that game when it was out before. So if they can get that ported over, I think that would be great. But yeah, it's just showing that they have an ongoing commitment to this platform and they want to see it grow because that just means more good things for them. And that means more players playing their games. So across many different platforms. So yeah, this is amazing news. Like the compliance thing, more we got what was that Heartland for the Division.
Yep.
That's gonna be free to play. I think that's gonna be on Stadia too.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, man, this is just going to be an awesome thing, and I'm really excited for what's to come from them because, like I said, their support for this platform has been unmatched by
Oh man. Oh
other
man.
any other publisher, bar none. Like they have big publishers that support the platform, but not in the way that Ubisoft
Yeah.
has. Like,
Lost the damn article. My bad, y'all. Don't fire me, Rev. Don't fire me. I'm back. I was trying to check on the chat and everything because I hate to leave y'all over here while we have this text on the screen all the time, man. We had to figure out a better way to see what you all are saying while we do this stuff, man. Here we go though. So Super Animal Royale. I'll take it over from here, Rev, if you
go
don't
for it.
mind.
Go for it.
Google also directly confirmed 2 more games Friday, May 14th, y'all. The first is Super Animal Royale. I could tell you I've already seen a clip. There it is right here. I don't know if it's going to play and I don't know how long it is, so I'm not going to bother, but y'all know where to find it
No,
if you really want to
it's
see
a
it.
couple minutes, and it's a really cute trailer.
Yeah,
Uh,
it
but
is,
it's
man.
fun. The game looks so fun. I'm not a fan of battle royale games, as you know. I don't really play those like that. But that
Yeah.
game looks pretty interesting. It's gonna be 64 players,
Mhm.
all playing, all at the same time. Cute little animals and stuff like that with guns and all kind of things that you can use as weapons and just anything. That song that they sing in the trailer is so funny, you know. So this is going to be exciting, and a lot of people are really excited about this game coming to Stadia. I've seen a lot
Oh yeah,
of
man.
people saying some positive things, and Sunny Cloud Gaming, shouts out to Sunny, really gave it a positive review as far as just positive reaction, I should say. So this is going to be one of those games that's going to be low key big for Stadia.
Yeah. You got a lot of different types of gamers, Rev, and some people might say Super Animal Royale. Yeah, right. Stadia. See, this is what Stadia is doing, Rev. You've heard this around before. They keep
Mm-hmm.
getting games like this. They
Yeah,
keep getting games like Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. They
yeah.
keep getting games like Blaze and the Monster Machines, which my son would absolutely
It's
love. He
not,
introduced me to that right there.
it's not like Far
So
Cry's not coming or something. It's not like
but
they
Rev,
canceled those games.
but these games are also on other platforms, man. They have to. People need the platforms need variety, and people as gamers need variety, man. Super Animal
Mm-hmm.
Royale will introduce people into the battle royale space. So when they
Mm-hmm.
go and play a game like Call of Duty or Pac-Man, Megaton, or whatever battle, then they would know kind of like a general concept of what's going on. Like there's so many ways you could look at these games that's coming, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Now it doesn't mean you have to spend 18 hours on these games right here that's listed.
Nope.
But you might want to try them, especially if they drop on Pro or something.
Especially just to pop some achievements. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
pop a couple of
or just to
achievements and you.
support the developers that work hard on the damn game.
Exactly.
How about that?
Exactly.
How
You
about that?
know. Yeah, I don't get like the criticism of like, look, every game can't be AAA. Just no platform has just AAA games.
Yeah,
They have indies, they have single A, double A, however you want to call it, whichever. But not every game can sit there and just be AAA. Now, if that's all you play, more power to you. There's nothing wrong with that. Game how you want a game. But let's not sit there and say that these games like this don't have a place on any platform, let alone Stadia. And that was one of the issues that I had with one of the people from over there at Android Police, because
uh-huh.
all they cared about was AAA games and they just always trashed the indies. And it's just like, that's not fair, because there's a lot of people that enjoy playing those games and you're just shitting on them. And that's not cool.
Pretty much.
You
And it's
know,
not. And it's really not. But you know what else is not cool? The fact that we're getting old, man. I'm gonna say
facts.
this. I have my 55-inch TV to my left, Rev, and I'm up here complaining, like, why can't I see the chat? I'm getting disconnected. I feel like I can't see what they're talking about, right?
Right.
Alberto Madonna, I see everything you all are saying on my other display. I'm so damn crazy, man. Cloud Gaming Dad said we had a party.
Yeah, we
And
did. It was fun.
Alberto Madonna, just thinking the whole so y'all see what you all are talking about. I just wanted to let y'all know. We'll try to highlight that when we get back. But look, Stadia Premiere, as you were saying, Rev, is 50% off in the UK. Shout out to
Yes,
the United
sir.
Kingdom, y'all.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out for
Yeah,
Chromebook
because
owners, man.
yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
It says if you're located in the UK and have access to a recent Chromebook, you're in luck. The latest Chromebook perk in the UK is 50% off of a Stadia Premier Edition bundle. Check it out here, y'all. So go to 9to5 Google if y'all want to check that out in detail. man, they keep just doing. It's like they're always just trying to make moves that are more gamer and consumer friendly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how this could be a bad thing. And this is what, man, look, I'm done. I'm done for the
Man,
day.
I mean, the last 4 months of the year, last year, 2020, they gave away like what thousands of premiere editions.
But they want to make that a bad thing, Rev. They want to make that a
Yeah,
bad thing.
yeah, because there were articles that did that. They said, "Oh, your Google's Stadia is doing so bad that Google's just giving them away to people." Like, no, they're running a promotion to get more people onto the platform.
Like the
dumbass.
Xbox Taco Bell. Like the Xbox Taco Bell that used to happen all the time.
Right. They partnered with T-Mobile last year. They partnered with Verizon Fios. They partnered with British Telecom last year to get people Premier Edition so that they could get more people onto the platform.
But Stadia's not doing enough to promote their platform, Rev. I'm hater number 2 right now. I'm hater number 2.
Facts.
Rev, but they're not doing enough to support Stadia and tell people that it even exists. I know 30 people that I talk to at work and they don't even know anything about Stadia.
I know 100 people that don't know shit about Stadia.
Right.
And
but they might not know about the PS5 either.
I know a lot of people that don't know nothing about no type of video games like at all. So whatever. But Stadia has to do what they have to do. They have to get the thing in the hands of the people. And so, this thing, that Premier Edition is not a loss leader for them. Because it doesn't cost them shit to make a Chromecast Ultra. And it doesn't cost them jack to make the controller. You know what I'm saying? Those things cost like what? Cost them like what? $10, $15, if that, to make. They just sell it to us for $70 fucking dollars. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the real of it is, it's not like they're having to pay. They have to pay, $1,000 for chipsets and all sorts of stuff, in the big box and stuff like that. They have to, and they have to sell it at a loss in order to get people in order to onboard people. They could just give this away and still not lose a dime. And that's what they've been doing. And they've been, cutting prices of it. Like, remember when we first bought into it, how much was that? How much was it to get this and the Premier Edition at first? $130? Like, that's insane. That's insane. First of all, it was only $130. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to walking into a pawn shop and still paying $200-$300 for an Xbox One or PS4, or walking into the store and paying $300 and $400 with it brand new. So I mean, you're slicing that price in half.
Yep.
And people still had a problem with that. It's like, and then what they do, they cut it down to $99 for the base price. Then what did they do? They cut it down to $69 for Black Friday. That's the cost of the controller itself. So you were basically getting a free Chromecast Ultra out of that deal. And then what? And then they decide, what? This is what we're gonna do. If you sign up for British Telecom and this and the other, and you sign up for this particular service, we're gonna give you a Premier Edition. Oh, if you do this with Verizon, you get Verizon Fios, we'll give you a Premier Edition. If you go to T-Mobile and you enter this code, you'll get a free Premier Edition. Hey, if you have a subscription to YouTube Premium, we'll give you a Premier Edition. I had 2, so they sent me 2 of them. I claimed 2 of them. Oh, if you pre-order this game Cyberpunk 2077 that's coming on everybody else's platform that you have to pay $400 or $500 for, we'll give you a Premier Edition for free, and it'll be the same thing. Oh, and then if you buy a LG TV, Stadia would be built right into it. If you buy this Chromebook, Stadia would be built right into it. If you buy this ROG phone, Stadia would be built right into it. Oh, and then if you pre-order Resident Evil 8, we'll give you a Premier Edition, for free. I mean, they're not doing enough, yo.
They're not.
They gotta step their game up. I think if they have a commercial, I think that'll be the thing that a TV commercial. I think that'll be the thing that helps people, know that it's out there, because right now they don't. And I think that part of the advertisement, yes, that part is lacking, because they Google believes in building things from the grassroots. That's just what they do. If you look at all of their history of everything, that every product that they've put out, they didn't have like these big huge marketing blitzes for it. I think the only thing that I've seen them market in ever was YouTube TV, and as far as products is concerned, YouTube TV and what was that? The Chromecast with the I just said Chromecast with Google TV. That's the only thing I think I've seen them advertise on TV like that. I haven't seen them advertise any of their other stuff like the Google Nest. I think I may have seen that. I'm not sure, but that could have been online. I don't know. But I'm just saying this is how they do it, and for whatever reason, it works for them. I know gaming is a different animal altogether, and they have to kind of change up their tactics. But I mean, look, they're doing what they have to do. Can they do more? Yeah, but God, don't sit there and say that they're not doing enough when they run these promotions a lot, and they make deals a lot. God.
And so, Rev, I be trying to just. I know now. Rev, that was a whole lot, and it needed to be said, right? And I don't want you to do all this talking, man. Where's your water at, bro? You got your water nearby, man? Because I know Rev be like, yo, Storm, don't let me do all this talking, y'all. Y'all got to understand. I be trying to get in there and say stuff, but when Rev is rapping, it's like Eminem and Twister and all that, man. You can't stop the flow, Busta Rhymes. It's like once he starts flowing, I can't stop him.
I'm gonna make you a celebrity overnight.
Yeah, I just let you be great. So check it out, man. But look. So there's more to that article, and I want to pull that back up because I'm telling y'all right now. I'm telling y'all right now. Here we go. We're going to share this one more time, y'all, because this next part is big for a gamer like me. All right. That sounds kind of scary, bro.
Shouts out to South Park.
And shouts out to Codemasters and Dirt 5, y'all, because
Factuals.
The delay that says Dirt 5 picks up cross-platform matchmaking. Oh my God. I don't know if anybody even talked about this one. Maybe they did. I don't know.
I haven't seen it.
Here it go. The delayed but now released on Stadia port of Dirt 5 is getting an upgrade that cloud gamers will certainly appreciate. The matchmaking pool for the game now supports cross-platform players. The update was made available on May 11th, y'all. So somebody, I'm sure, shout out to Sonny. I'm sure it's Nerd Nest. Somebody
5 days ago
by now. Yeah, I'm just saying somebody covered it. I just missed it. So shame on me, man.
Shame on me too.
All right. So the unfortunate bit, though, is that this feature won't be available for Stadia for a while, Red. Now, my good news just went to damn bad news, man. But guess what? The good news is it's coming, y'all. I wish it was coming now because I like the game. Rev is so awesome on Stadia. And
I think they're going to use that as a way to add some more features to the to that cross-platform and into the game, to update the Stadia version of that game. I think that's just my little humble opinion of that. I think that's what that's going to be.
Am I mad about it? No, because we just like with Outriders, I'd rather them take time to get that patch right before they drop it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because I want it to be effective or whatever updates, because I'm still owed a patch for Dirt 5. I bought the game $60 day one. You know what I'm saying? And it runs beautifully. One of the top 5 ports on the platform, right? Mm-hmm. But there is an issue with the hiccup that happens when you're playing the game at 4K at random times. After like an hour of gameplay, it just starts like it'll be this pause. Boom. I know y'all heard me talk about it, but I had, in case we have new people watching, because we've been going for 2.5 hours over that. So in case we have new people watching, there's an issue with Dirt 5 that I kind of said, hold off. If you're the type of gamer that you're going to be annoyed by that kind of stuff right there, then hold off on getting the game until they patch it. But if you want to play a beautiful racer right now and you can play at 1080p with no issues, because it only happens on 4K. But I'm waiting on that to be addressed. And this right here is huge because I saw the cross-platform matchmaking and all that stuff, man. Whenever that comes to Stadia, I will welcome it. Hopefully that patch will be there beforehand. Now, that covers that. Boom. We out of there.
Yeah. You know what? I want to say shouts out to the people in the chat for rocking with us all this long, man. You guys are I'm just saying, just in general, for hanging out with us this long, you know.
Yeah.
I know how things happen. You know, people got lives to live and people got things to do, but y'all sitting here chilling with us, and that's what's up.
Straight up, man. I'm putting this on the screen for a second, y'all. You know, if you go back and watch the show again, which I don't know why y'all would, because you're here with us. But for all the people who are not here with us, who would come back and watch this via like VOD or something, this is for you right here. I'm just highlighting all the conversation and everything that's going on, y'all, because we can't look without y'all. We'll be talking to ourselves, which me and Rev don't mind, but it's always more fun. It's always more fun with y'all being here too. So I don't want to miss any of this as I go back to check this out, man, because this is a hell of a show, I think. Now,
yeah.
But we're gonna keep moving, I promise. And this, I don't know, Rev. I can't get used to the 2.5 hour thing. I mean, the 3 hour shows, but this is how much content we have for the people, is what I'm trying to say. I told
Yeah,
you
that's
when we
because
tell y'all,
we missed last week, you know.
right,
So
right, we had to try and throw it in there. Luckily, I didn't have to do YMYOG or Yin Meets Yang of Gaming Podcast today, y'all. So it's
oh, do
allowing
you
us to
got that?
cover
Do you
all
got that thing?
that thing.
That
Now,
thing.
when you say that, man, you know I'm trying. You know, you trying to meet up somewhere or something? Get that money?
Idiot. Idiot. You know what I'm talking about. You
I'm
know what I'm
just
talking about.
saying, bro. Get
With the
that money.
eye
You know what I'm saying?
and the eye and then the pad thing.
Oh yeah, of course I got that next. You already know what's up, man.
That's
You know I got that.
This is what we were gonna talk
Now,
about a couple weeks ago. Never, and we just been
yeah,
glossing over this thing and
it's
missing
coming
it.
up next. Trust me, that's going to be a big part of the end of show closing ceremony is going to be
Yes,
a part.
sir.
That's
Because I
going to
haven't
be
seen
included.
anybody even talking about that.
Oh man, check it out. So here it is. I just want to highlight this right here, y'all, for all the people so they can pause, read what y'all saying, because damn, y'all lit it up, man. So I know I covered a little bit of this. So hey, Calvin Morgan is in the building, man. Hopefully you're still here. When we're screen sharing all that stuff, man, like you got to have a second display. And I didn't realize that until it was too late. So I apologize, people. Here we go. Damn, all right. Blue, blue, blue. See, I don't want to miss it, Rev. I don't want to miss what they're saying, bro. All right. And I know you over there like, come on, man. Hurry up. Let's get to it before we forget. All right, here it is. As y'all can see, we got stuff laid out for y'all. We don't just joke around. We have real show notes and everything laid out. So here we go. I'm going to bring this up one more time. Get that link ready. And damn, Rev, I don't even have the link no more, bro. Now I'm playing, man. I got the damn link. I just don't know where it is. Let me see. I know I dropped it in here. Okay, here it is. Boom.
Here we go.
All right.
Calvin's still here. That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm about to share it right now. Bang. All right. Now this is big. How big? So big that I'm going to talk about it right now. And then Rev is going to give his thoughts, y'all. New iPad Pro will launch with something the 2020 model didn't, a huge games library. Now, I know Charles Orange. Shout out to Charles. I know he'll like something like this if he hasn't already seen it, because Charles will bring this to our attention whenever he finds gems, hidden gems.
Take off Guy Hero's comment.
Oh, it's up there? All right, hold on. Let me go ahead and do that live right here. And boom. There we go. Now, back to it. God damn, I got to close some of these articles, man. Where's the damn article?
Yeah, see, that's what I do. When we're done with the article, I just close it.
Yeah, that's what I mean to do. But man, I'm trying to get used to doing what you do, Rev. You know what I'm saying? This is not my thing. I'm Streamlabs OBS. This is StreamYard. But check it out, y'all. Still, it's not that hard though. It's not that hard. All right, iPad Pro right here. Subscription services and standalones, y'all. 28 days ago by Tom Bedford. Tom Bedford. All right. So basically, it's talking about how mobile gaming and stuff is like the trajectory. Basically, mobile. Like, yeah, this is not the right one. What do you mean it's not the one?
That's not the one. Hold on.
It's
but that's still good. But that wasn't the one we was talking about.
Oh yeah, I know we're talking about how it's gonna be like xCloud and all that stuff. Let me see.
No, not that one.
Oh, because that's the one I had.
That's the one that was talking about how it makes it competitive with
Yeah, but I'm looking at this one because I want to know if it says.
Yeah, it's from Cult of Mac. This is it right here.
Oh, Cult of Mac. You're right. You're right about that. So did you drop it in the
Hold on a second.
I want to go look at that real quick.
I'm copying it and putting it. I'm copying and putting it back into the into the current chat. We got
right.
So yeah, because
all right.
There it is.
All right, cool. So we want to make sure we got the right one, y'all. Tell you that. So you just dropped it in which chat?
Twitter.
Got you. All right, got it. Boom.
Sorry about that. It's all good. This is
it
live.
Happens, man. It happens.
Live,
this is what you got to do.
Live streaming. You know,
definitely. All right, here we go. Cult of Mac. I should have remembered that, Red. All right. Good. So Google Stadia makes iPad gaming competitive with top consoles. Damn right. This is the one we want to cover, y'all. Competitive with top consoles. You already know what this is about just by hearing the title.
Mm-hmm.
So basically it's saying that Google Stadia could be the answer for anyone who wants to play console quality games on an iPad. There are many big name titles to choose from, and players can use off the shelf game controllers. This is cloud gaming. Everything is played online, so the service doesn't take up space on your iPad. I
Mm-hmm.
spent quite a bit of time playing Stadia games on an Apple tablet. Here's why I recommend it. But before diving into details, who wrote this? Let me see. Ed Hardy. Ed says, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before diving into details, let me hit you with the TL. The hell is that?
The too long didn't read.
Oh, all right. See, y'all got me on that. I play Google Stadia games on an iPad Pro with the PS4 controller. It works and it works well, even with the slow internet connection and off-the-shelf equipment. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing, y'all, but you've heard us talk about this. We touched on it or whatever, but
Yeah.
this right here is basically saying how Stadia competes with those high-end PCs or whatever, by letting their servers handle all the work and everything. Like right here, it says Stadia lets beefy Google servers handle the heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Then it streams only the video to you. It's somewhat analogous. God damn. See, when I've never seen the word before, y'all.
It's analogous.
Analogous.
Yeah.
God damn. You sure, bro? Look it up.
Yeah.
Look at the pronunciation, man, because I don't like messing up these damn words.
It?
All right, to watching a very, very interactive TV show.
It's analogous. It is analogous.
I know, analogous. All right, cool. Hey, and I'm telling you, I've never had to pronounce that word. I think there's another
pronunciation, analogous, but it's not really.
Saying. Yeah, but anyway, whatever, man. If I've never pronounced a word in my life, and the first time I see it, that's what's going to happen. But here it is.
That word I'm
not the only one.
But look, I heard that word like about 5 years ago when I was in audio engineering school, and that's what my one of my teachers had used it. I was like, okay,
yeah.
But it basically means that it's that it works just as well as something works just as well as something else. Basically.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so to watching a very, very interactive TV show. Yo, the service works on iPhone too, it says, but I'm focused on an iPad because I don't recommend playing games designed for a TV on a screen the size of your palm. All right. Everything is simply too hard to see. Now, this is why I told y'all that I don't prefer to play on my mobile phone. You won't catch me doing that because of the text. You have to, oh, damn, I dropped the bottle. You have to read text on these games and everything. Rev, everything happens, man. This is real life. This is not no damn fantasy world. You know what I'm saying? Like, so here's the deal, y'all. After 2.5 hours, you fall apart. Project Storm falls apart after 2.5 hours, y'all. But we're doing this for y'all, so no problem. No problemos. Look, says Apple tried to put all kinds of restrictions on Google before it will let this cloud gaming service in the App Store. Google said, F that. And made Stadia into a web app so games could be played in the Safari web browser, right?
Yes, sir.
As noted above, this works fine, but it does mean installation is different from what you are accustomed to. It has nothing to do with the Stadia application in the App Store. It isn't let you play it. Oh my God, Rev, you might have to take over. It doesn't let you play any games. Ignore it, okay? Instead, head to stadia.google.com to start playing, right? Says once there, go through the process of adding the Stadia web app to your iPad home screen. Thereafter, it'll open you straight into the web app, which acts like any other app, not like a web page. Now, the performance is the big part right here, y'all. This is the huge part. Now, it says to test the performance of Google Stadia, I played Lara Croft in the Temple of Osiris because I'd already played through the game on Xbox. I found the online version just as enjoyable. I also went through a few levels of submerged hidden depths during testing. I was just talking about this game yesterday. Couldn't remember the title as I was doing my PUBG stream.
Right.
Hell of a game, by the way. Says, just in case it's not clear, This is a web app, so Stadia requires an internet connection at all times. And performance depends on the speed of your internet connection, not the speed of your processor.
Right.
Good news. My experience shows that you don't need a blazing fast connection. My home internet is between 25 Mbps or megabits per second and 30 megabits per second, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty slow, by the way.
Which
But
is
we're
the
always telling
maximum that
people,
you need
Red,
to run Stadia
right? We're telling
effectively.
people this all the time. You don't need a gigabit like I have up and down. You don't need 500 gigabits up and down.
Nope.
I don't know where people are getting this from, Red, that you need 100 megabits all the
Yeah,
time.
that was crazy because they on the Stadia website they show you exactly what you need for the most optimal thing. It's like 35 megabits per second.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. Now there is an article I
Wait.
can. There's also an article that will show y'all that xCloud doesn't really work too well on iPhones and stuff, or maybe even an iPad as well. I know I saw an article yesterday, but I didn't want to bring it up. I scratched that one. But it's crazy. It's kind of funny how Stadia. So it says that's pretty slow, by the way, and Stadia runs fine, not perfectly. Sometimes it's choppy because of the rate of screen refresh is slows down if my connection does, but that's because of my connection, not Stadia. Now
Exactly.
you have seen recently on my streams how I have a gigabit, but when my connection slows down, so will Stadia and so will Xbox and so will anything else. My PC games,
Exactly.
it's all going to slow down or lag or whatever because you're having fluctuations, people.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Said
I was having issues when my internet was all crazy. You know,
Yeah.
once I got that shit fixed,
Yeah.
Stadia was working just like it did the day one.
Yep. So it's saying it's actually a good sign because it means Google services still runs even under poor conditions. I want to repeat that. It's actually a good sign because it means Google service still runs even under poor conditions.
Yep.
In all my testing, I never lost my connection to Stadia servers. I didn't even get Lara Croft killed because of occasional slow screen refreshes, but I don't suggest trying it with any slower connection. All right.
Right.
Says, and there are things you could do to improve your connection. Get your Wi. Oh man, it sounds like us, Red. Get closer to your Wi-Fi router. Stop streaming music over Wi-Fi, or even connect your iPad to Ethernet.
Or just troubleshoot it. That's all. You know, just troubleshoot it. And yeah, the wired connection is always the best connection to have. So.
Right. Man, then Stadia versus Xbox. I don't want to read the whole thing, y'all, but you get the point. Y'all get the point, right?
Basically, he just goes through because I read this like a couple weeks ago. He just goes through the basics of what Stadia is and just pretty much introducing it to an audience that most likely isn't on board with it as far as being in the Mac thing, because gaming on Macs is not a thing. Gaming on Apple products is not, as far as like the AAA type gaming and stuff like that, it's not really. A lot of the computers aren't designed for that, because right now this computer that I have right here is a MacBook Pro 13-inch, and it is not designed for gaming at all, at all. And I run Stadia on this thing just fine. So yeah. So that's an interesting article. I really want to have that seen by the people, because that's letting you know that this thing is working, and more people are starting to come on board and realizing that this is some good technology. And that's all they really need right now, is just to make sure they got I'll say this again. From day one, Google got the most important thing right. Yeah. It works. That's all they needed to do. Proof of concept. They made it work, and it works. This thing is effing magic, yo. And so that's all they needed to do from the beginning. Make sure that it worked, and it does, and it has always worked. So now everything else is just building on that, and more people are starting to understand that, and more people are starting to jump on board. And you can see this by Code of Mac, who has no vested interest in this at all.
Right.
Google is basically a competitor for Apple in their view. So for a website dedicated to Apple in some way or another, giving some praise and some shine to Stadia is huge. I
have to read this whole session right here, Red.
Do that.
I have to
do that.
I was genuinely surprised how well Stadia works. My skepticism about web apps dates back more than a decade, right? But this gaming service plays better than I expected. I enjoyed myself. And the selection of games is outstanding considering Stadia is still fairly new. If you have an iPad and a compatible controller, you should try Stadia out, right? It's free for a month. Do this before you buy a $500 game console. You might like the cloud gaming option better. If you don't, you haven't lost anything.
Exactly.
Does it sound like somebody familiar that's been saying this?
I know somebody.
Yeah, me too. I know a few people. As a side note, Google shut down SG&E. Now listen to this, y'all. This is how you handle this. I enjoyed reading this right here. As a side note, Google shut down SG&E, or Stadia Games and Entertainment, its internal game development studio in early 2021. Some people took this as a sign that Stadia was failing. I see it as the opposite. There are enough third-party developers making games for Stadia that it wasn't necessary for Google to also do so.
Right. And it's not like it's something they can't revisit in the future.
And this way, Google isn't completing. They say completing, but it's a typo. Google isn't competing against the companies that support its gaming service. Right. Man, the most obvious rival is Amazon Luna. This is another cloud gaming service that supports iPad. It's $5.99 a month and all that good stuff that we already know, y'all. And I had an article up that I was going to bring, but this covered that, right? Yo, that's pretty damn. That's gigantic, man. And if you look at the games that's highlighted, people, what I would have had up there is Destiny 2, Cyberpunk. They have Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. These are games that other people might enjoy, especially on an iPad device or a phone or whatever.
That game is fun too, yo.
Man, I don't know, man.
That game is fun.
It really is. They're great games. They're great games. I'm just going to say that. But look, they didn't highlight AAA bangers.
Right.
I just wanted to point that out.
Right. Well, I mean, that's a good place to wrap at. You know,
we could do that.
And so I want to I first want to thank everybody that joined in on the chat. You guys are amazing. Make sure you guys sub to everybody else's channels on here. Give those red buttons some love. And also we will be back next week. We'll be on my channel. And we're gonna have some information for you guys. We're gonna have some, we're gonna have some more, reactions to the news and stuff like that. Talk about some gaming. I think next week I want to do something where we talk about our top 5 Stadia games. In no particular order, just five games that we both like, and then the chat can interact with that too and list their games, list the top 5 games that they like, so we can all have an idea of what we all like and having a good time playing. So I think that'll be something that we can do next week also. And then upcoming, we're gonna talk about something dealing with pro games, so you guys want to pay attention to that too. And so take it away, Storm.
Yo, man. So I tell y'all what, I keep telling people this right here to answer this question. When I hit 2,000 subs, man, and my subs are hidden, so I'll let y'all know when I get there. You know what I'm saying? I'll do a face cam reveal and all that, so I could be on the other side of red acting a fool. But check this out, man. I keep telling people,
y'all can get me to 450 if y'all.
Get Rev.
In the meantime, I'm 13 away.
You know what I'm saying? Get Rev to 450, y'all. You'll know I hit 1,000 when you see that super chat button pop up. When that super chat button pops up, then you know I'm there. It's that simple. But now, man, all jokes aside, people, man, we really appreciate y'all, and we got other things coming up. And I hope I highlighted all this good chat today. But if I haven't, hey, I'm sorry.
It's all
but look.
good.
Check it out. We have so much coming up right now, especially at PNTS Network, man.
It is.
We've been talking to Rev. We've been doing a lot of talking. I'll just leave that out there, y'all. Just talking to Stadia Revolution and other people about.
We got a lot of stuff in the works, yo.
Now, MM2K will say, Storm, you get on me about saying too much. Shut your ass up. So I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it right there. We're talking. Hey, y'all know how we do. It's no secret,
let's see how this thing develops over time, yo.
Let's see what happens. So with that being said, man, I appreciate each one of y'all, man. But check us out on what's the day? Sunday, right? So this Wednesday we got SSC podcast coming up, right?
Yes, sir.
Me and MM2K, and we might have some special guests. We've been doing guests and stuff, man. Rev, we got to get you back on eventually and all that.
Y'all don't like me no more.
Well, Rev, we used to like you. But it seems that you have a lot of enemies out here, man.
Man, they just throwing darts, yo.
Yeah, they do. But no, it's all right because we got darts too, man. So here's the deal. find us over there. That normally happens at between 1 and 2 p.m. Eastern time. All of the shows I'm listing right now is Eastern time, by the way. Rev is not on Eastern time, and I keep getting that mixed up.
Yep.
So every
Central
week,
time.
I have to keep in mind Central time as well as other time zones, man. So Eastern time is what I'm going by. And then you can find us on Thursday. This might be the Thursday that we might bring the commission podcast back with myself, MM2K, Snow Bunny Gaming, Tronny from the Roundtable Podcast, and we might have a couple special guests. So stay tuned for updates on that, y'all. And then Saturdays, of course, is SML Podcast. And Sunday, you have me and Rev right here, Revolutionary Storm, y'all. The SML Podcast, it happens at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time, because we're in daylight time now, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Damn, it's hard to remember all this every damn show.
Yeah.
And then, so that's it. I think I got everything. If I missed anything, so what?
You got it all. It's all good. So you guys can find me on Twitter at sfounder2019. Like me there. Follow me there, and then come back here and sub to my channel. Like I say, I'm joking, but it would be nice, to get closer to that halfway point to 1,000. So if you guys can muster up 13 subs for me, that'd be awesome. But make sure you guys are sub to everybody else as well.
Right.
And give everybody in this chat some love. Okay.
Man. Hey, if you sub to me, I'm gonna sub right back. Same for Red. That's how we do it. I'm sure everybody in here will spread that love back. Even if you don't make content, hit that sub button. Watch me hit it back, y'all. It's that easy. If I don't, unsub. Give me like a day or two, and unsub if you need to, or whatever the case is, man. It's only the click of a red button. That's how we see it. That shows support and love. So look,
takes only a second.
Until the next one, man, it was a hellified show. We jam-packed it with goodness for y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. You still have an opportunity. Turn notifications on so you won't miss the next Revolutionary Storm. Go over to Rev's channel. Follow us on Twitter if you haven't. I didn't even plug my Twitter handle. God damn it. I can't talk for anything. I'm ready. I'm hungry, Rev.
Yeah. I got a pork bun I'm about to put on the grill. It's about to be on.
At the Nephophiliac, y'all. That's the Nephophiliac is TheNephophiliac. That's somebody who loves cloud. Y'all know I rock with cloud gaming. I'm out of here because that's too much damn talking today. I love y'all all.
Peace, yo.
Peace.